Hello. Um, what's happening? Genuinely. So we're gonna start the investigation now. Because I need answers. First of all, why are we Shobai? That's what I would like to know. Sora got pushed from the top of the tower, and now she's here all of a sudden, and we aren't her. So I really don't, like, are we gonna be Shobai in the trial? I don't understand. Genuinely, I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, we found Shinji. He was burnt. However, he did have the cut on his neck, so that makes me think his throat was slit. And he didn't die from the fire. I have no idea what's going on. Like, do I think Iroha did this? No. I really don't. I have no idea who did this. I'm so confused. I'm just so thrown off by the fact that we're Shobai. Also, this right here, look. If you go into here, administrator code activation, what is that? Because in Sora's, it had, you need to put this in, but I'm wondering if Shobai got the right code from the beginning. Because remember when they were doing the books, after the first time, he was like, hey, he wanted to talk about it, but they were all like, they didn't want to talk to him, which was so stupid. But I'm wondering if he got the right code. And he's had it this whole time. I'm just so... I'm so confused. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry, Shinji. In the end, I am nothing. Let's look at Shinji. I don't understand what... Shinji Kasai's corpse. His upper body was burnt to a crisp, and his face has melted down to the point where it's indistinguishable. Let's just get to the point and look at his injuries. Oh, Shinji, no. How did this happen? Why did this happen? Is this Shinji? Of course it's Shinji. Who else would it be? Everyone else is here. The monochrome file said there was a stab wound near his neck. Well. On the sooty black neck, there was a long stab wound that was around 2 inches deep. So his throat was slit. I think, that's how he died. Because most of the body had burnt down, there wasn't much blood near it right now, but I can imagine there was a lot of blood loss when this was made. The monochrome file didn't detail the cause of death, nor the murder weapon. This wound could most likely be the cause of death. No. Upon closer look, I spot something suspicious. On the middle of the wound and the skin looked to be a bit dislocated for some reason. Huh? We're in the middle? That tiny little line right there? Damn it. It's hard to see anything because it's all burnt. I guess I just have to take a closer look at the risk of damaging the corpse. I opened the wound a bit to inspect the inner parts of the lesion. Shobai, please. Why? Maybe even the insides are all burnt as expected. But I was soon able to find what I was looking for. 2 stab wounds, one on top of the other. On first glance, it looks to be someone just stabbed him in the neck with a shrapnel. But on closer inspection, there's a much deeper gash underneath the first wound. It was hard to detect that because of the burnt marks. Even I almost missed that. But that wasn't all of it. What? There were a bunch of scabs of all sizes on his body. The monochrome file did not mention the fractures on his body. The way the skin was scratched by something. These are bruises. The fractures and the marks all point towards him suffering multiple bruises. Shouldn't that be Sora who fell from the top of the tower? Shouldn't she be dead? I don't... She was pushed by somebody. That seems to be all there is to it. The fire made it difficult to perform even the simplest autopsy. But that looks like it's all the important information I can get. Now the question is, which one of these actually caused his death? But all that will be revealed during the class trial. We're getting truth bullets as Shobai. I don't understand. Okay. There are burn marks all over the room. Monocro was the one who stopped the fire, they said. The fire itself isn't much of a problem. The important part is that the culprit must have used the fire in some way to trick us. So the question is, why did the fire have to happen? The perfect crimes are always the smallest of crimes, obviously. If you increase the scale and make it more complicated, it only draws more eyes. So in that sense, burning someone to death is something unimaginable for any sane person, unless they want to get caught. But that's the rules of the outside world. In this place, common sense doesn't work the same. And then there's Kanadi Otono Koji. Sometimes, stuff doesn't always go by the rulebook. That aside, I should still take note of this fire. Was the fire used to cover it up? Like, did the fire... I don't think the fire killed him. Burn marks. Okay. A cracked wall. I'm gonna save talking to Sora for last, I think. Because I'm so confused. This wall. Something's off about this one. It looks like all the other boring walls in this room, but this one alone has no dust on it. Don't tell me. What? When I touched the suspicious part, the wall moved and a small gap appeared. A secret passage? Nah, I've been trapped in here for days. How could I have missed this? When I crouched through the small passage, I found a small set of stairs leading to some place. At the end of those stairs, another door was waiting for me. Rats. When I tried opening the door, I just simply couldn't. It was like... it was just a drawing on the wall. Just like the one in the entrance of this tower. Waiting for something to happen here seemed useless. But a hidden staircase and a door that used to lead someplace? Could it all be coincidence that this was all hidden inside the crime scene? No. This could be an important clue. Okay. I'm such confusion. Excuse me, Utsuro? Who are you? What have you done with Yuki? Who are you? Utsuro! That's Utsuro's face. That's not Yuki. Is he Utsuro again? This kid. Something's wrong with him. Well, I don't care anyway. I do. I do. Has Yuki woken up? But how? How would he have done that? Shards of glass that look to be from the machine parts in the room are scattered on the floor. A bit too obvious if you ask me. The stab wound from the monochrome file was probably caused by these little things. Though I can't seem to find one with blood on them. The shards are pretty badly damaged from the fire. Even so, if the culprit had planned this one out correctly, they could have easily taken care of this. So that leaves us with two possibilities. One, they didn't have time for that, or the culprit was a dumbass who didn't think of it. And the other is... it's just a theory for now. I should still keep that in mind, though. What is the other one? Shobai? Excuse me, if I'm playing as you need to clue me in. Oh, finally, the sweet taste of freedom. Oh, it's a pity that our dear Shinji died, but apart from that, I'm feeling amazing. Now, I can finally see my dear Shobai. I'm ignoring this prick. I'm gonna talk to everybody. Stun gun! There's a stun gun on the ground. It looks like it's been used to the point where it can't be used anymore. Just dropping evidence left and right, are we? Is this case's culprit the stupidest idiot ever? Every evidence so far has shown that the culprit has no intention of hiding the evidence. If they weren't actually stupid enough to forget to do that, that means they either didn't feel the need to, or they slipped the evidence on purpose. At any point, the fact that the stun gun's here and it's already burnt means that it was here when the murder occurred. Huh. That reveals some quite interesting stuff. Can you please let me in? Clue me in, please? The fact that there's a stun gun here and we've been trapped in this tower for days means somebody was carrying this long before we got trapped here. Oh, interesting. Someone had it the whole time? Who? It's not Terrio, because Terrio would have used it to threaten them like he did with the gun. Like, he was not very shy about threatening them. Who had it? Was it Aroha? Because she's feeling pressure to commit the next murder. Did she do it? There's no way Aroha did this. Like, unless... I'm sure they're trying to make me think Aroha did it because the evidence is everywhere and, like, Shobai even thinking it. Whoever did this is stupid. And everyone's always kind of saying, oh, Aroha's not the smartest. Are they trying to set it up like it could be Aroha? I don't think so. Well, not that I care much about that. You don't care, Shobai, but I do. What? Definitely. Definitely what? Definitely what? The machines inside the power room were broken to pieces. There's blood here. There were blood marks on the machines, and judging by the fact that they weren't destroyed by the fire and that the amount of blood seems to be significant, it doesn't look like it was sprayed out normally from some wound. This was made from the body having direct contact with the machine. Did they cause a fire and try to erase this? Then the culprit is one hell of a dumbass. Wait, let's think the other way around. Perhaps the machine breaking is what caused the fire. So maybe the fire wasn't intended. Why can't I speak? And if that's true, that means the blood here is... But that doesn't fully explain why they had to go this far and still leave out evidence in the open. Does he know who it is already? I need to listen to the alibis from the others. I should hurry. How's he gonna listen to alibis from the others when he literally won't talk to any of them? I want to talk to Sora last. Oh, I can go up? Oh yeah, that leads up the tower. Duh. The hostess is talking to Albino. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This is so weird. We've been Sora this whole time. Sora, what happened? I'm telling you. Nothing special, really. I'm extremely sorry that I caused you to worry, but... that isn't the problem. It was just moments after I talked with you, and you're telling me you just vanished into thin air? She was pushed off the tower. Vanished. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to eavesdrop on what they're talking about. We've talked for a bit on the top floor after that meeting with Nikkei. I agree. I said some stupid stuff back then. But after that, I went down and waited for you so we could investigate together. And I went downstairs as well. Perhaps we simply just missed each other? Excuse me? That didn't happen. What's she talking about? She was pushed off the ledge. Impossible. It wasn't like a long time had passed after that. And I was waiting just beside the stairs. If you had come down, I wouldn't have missed you. Sora, is there something you're hiding from me? No. What would I gain from hiding important information from you? I don't know, Sora. What would you gain? Alright. I won't ask anymore. Maybe we did miss each other by some coincidence. Stop trusting her so easily. She's lying about something. She's being weird. Thanks. As I suspected, albino girl is hiding something about this case. If the hostess is talking the truth, then the two would have definitely met. So the other one is definitely lying. The question is, why is she lying about where she's been? Is it because there's something she doesn't feel comfortable sharing? Or is she the culprit all along? Okay. So, is that everything in this room? No, Roja's over here. I totally missed her. Oops. I was like, I'm gonna talk to Sora last, and then I just skipped to Roja because I didn't even see her here. What is going on? Why is not dead? Why is who not dead? Did she try to kill somebody else? What? Did she try to kill somebody else? And that, I don't know how to explain it. It doesn't make any sense. You. Shobai? Are you talking about me? Yeah, you. Explain where and what your group was doing since the book event till the body discovery announcement. Why me? I don't know every detail, so the others would probably... Shut up and talk about what you know. If I talk, then would you solve the trial for us? I mean, of course you would, right? It's your life on the line as well, after all. Just how many times do I have to ask you to shut up? Just tell me what you know. Well, I was with Yoriko this whole afternoon. Yoriko said that she was looking for Sora, so... Looking for albino girl? Yeah, I don't know exactly what happened, but Yoriko said that after she talked to Sora for a bit, she just kind of disappeared. What? And about the others, I heard from Mikado that he and Terio were together all this time. Wasn't Mikado Sonoji tied up in the break room? Yep. Terio was with him in the break room all this time. Well, it's a long story, but something happened between us and Terio. And he kind of lost all hope after that, so he was probably just doing nothing while he was in the break room. That's all I know. So please, win the trial for us. Wait, hold on. You were muttering to yourself just now, weren't you? Something about someone being alive? What do you mean by that? What? No. I wasn't saying anything. You know your face tells everything when you lie, don't you? Just talk. What are you hiding from me? If you aren't the culprit, it wouldn't hurt to tell me. If there's something suspicious up, who knows how it'll help in the trial. Well, the thing is, about Yoriko saying that Sora disappeared, I kinda have an idea of what happened. Sora fell from the top floor, I think. Fell? What the hell do you mean by that? It was before I met up with Yoriko. I was on the first floor when I saw something fall from the ceiling. It was too fast to see exactly what it was, but it looked like it was a human. And because I saw a hint of white, it was probably Sora. Even if that's true, how's that girl alive? She fell from the top floor and hit the first floor. That's what I was wondering. I saw her falling with my own eyes, and yet... So what happened to her? If she didn't get hurt, I imagine you would walk up to her and ask what happened. Well, the thing is, I couldn't, 'cause she kind of just disappeared. What, like a glitch in the Matrix? What the hell? She just phased through the floor and disappeared below. I didn't believe it myself when I saw it, and when I touched the ground after that, it was solid hard. Hard solid. I mean, I knew you were a bubblehead, but really? I'm telling you, that's what actually happened. Just tell me the alibis of the others. Is that really all you know? So you don't have any information about the rest? You don't believe me. I believe you, Aroha. I think there was some kind of glitch in this virtual world. Does Shobai know this is a virtual world? No, he doesn't, right? They didn't tell him. Got important info from Bubblehead. Seems like she really doesn't know about the others. If she's telling the truth, then Yoriko Kabuya was with her the whole time. So asking her would be no different. Mikado Sonoji and Teruya Tori could prove their alibis, but if they didn't leave that place, their accounts would probably have little value. Alibis aside, the part about Albino Girl falling was too out of this world to believe. Is what I would have thought normally, but something's bugging me about this one. I should keep this in the back of my mind just in case. Alibi list. Iroha's account. That's it? What? I'm sorry, that was the whole investigation? I'm supposed to know who the culprit is from that? I mean, then again, after the investigation in the last one, I had no idea either, so... Sora fell from the top floor, I think. She just phased through the floor and disappeared below. I didn't believe it myself when I saw it, and when I touched the ground after that, it was hard, solid. I guess it wouldn't hurt to try. Bro, is he gonna jump off and test it? I pulled out my lighter and threw it down. Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna jump off himself. That would have been stupid. So he threw his lighter down. He's gonna see if it disappears. Why the hell did I think I would be able to see it from here? Not here. The lighter disappeared. Even if it was thrown from such a height and thus fell far away, it should have at least been shattered to pieces, yet no shards could be seen. And someone like me couldn't possibly miss something like a single lighter. Then that means... Bing bong. Ahem. Mic testing. Can you hear me well? Sorry. It feels like I just woke up from a 1,000-year slumber. I imagine that you finished your investigation, so I'd say it's about time for the class trial. Everyone, gather around the trial entrance on the first floor of the Monocruise, as usual. I know it should be obvious at this point, but don't be late or miss out on our big event. Phew, then, I'll see you later. I guess that's it then. I would like to investigate more about this weird phenomenon. But more importantly, and incredibly, is that Bubblehead wasn't making the story up. Just how would this discovery of this phenomenon affect today's trial, I wonder? I should get moving before it gets too late. I have no idea what's gonna happen. That was the shortest investigation ever. You're here, Shobai. He's probably in the corner of the room just giving her the side eye this whole time. He's like, I know you're suspicious.
Oi.
So, is this everyone? Wait, are we sure this is everyone? We're all here. There's 8 of us, including Shobai, who got last place this time. 8? That's all we have left? We started out with 16 if we include Teruya, and there's just half of us left. Yes. And one of us will leave this place dead today. Seriously, he's Utsuro now. He's not even Yuki anymore. You can't tell me that he's Yuki. Or perhaps every one of us will perish, and this will be our very tomb. Like, seeing Shinji being dead brought out Utsuro. Yuki? Yuki? What did you just... What is this? There's something important I feel like I should be remembering right now. Yeah, there's a lot of important things you should be remembering. See, he's so happy, that means he's Utsuro. Everyone's here, eh? It's good that everyone's gotten used to this, so I don't have to wait so long for you all together. Or maybe it's because the number has gotten so low. Which is it, I wonder? Comrades, I will wait for you down below. Now, enter the elevator in front of you. Yuki. That's not Yuki. Yuki, look at me. What? Is it because Shinji died? I know. You knew him better than anyone else in this room. But you mustn't give up. We're still alive. So please, don't lose hope just yet. No, his inner Utsuro is coming out. Yeah, we're still alive. As long as we're alive, we can and will do our best to keep it that way. Oh, that's the spirit, everyone. As Sora said, we mustn't lose hope. And you should shut the hell up. Are we done now? If everyone's prepared, we should go down already. Well, well. Seems like everyone's feeling very complicated after what had happened in the tower. This class trial. I don't think they're going to be able to solve it on their own. At least I ain't sure yet. Perhaps I'll put just a bit of effort in this time. The shorter this trial gets, the earlier I'll be able to test out that thing. What thing? Okay, so we are back, and we're going to do the trial. Are we doing this trial as Shobai? I'm so confused. That was the shortest investigation ever. I think it was only like 30 minutes of investigation. And I'm so confused. Anyway, I guess we're Shobai now. I don't know what happened. Something happened when Sora was pushed off. Like... Bro. Yuki. Like, am I supposed to be Shobai this whole time? There's still half of us left. Half. We don't have Kokoro, and Kanade's gone too. Will we really be okay? Maybe that's why you should have included Shobai in your discussions, because I don't know. What is it? Just what can't I remember? I know what it is. Whew. The time has come. Alright, let's go. Would you like to go to the class trial? Yes. Let's go. I guess we're Shobai. The elevator that felt cramped once felt so empty now. Was the elevator always this spacious? It almost feels pleasant having more room to work with. On the other hand, the noise that the elevator makes feels more noticeable this time around that I can't help but raise my eyebrows. The others would usually rant on about our friendship and teamwork and stuff around this time, but they're keeping their mouths shut. I guess they're at their limits, huh? Now, will the trial be successfully finished in this situation? Well, not that it matters too much for me. I guess I am Shobai. So you've arrived. The chosen 8 heroes destined to save this world. I have been waiting, for I, the great Devil King Monocro, will... Hey, how dare you all ignore me like that? You normally don't even move to your seats before I tell you to. As if we have the time or mind to play with your dull tricks. Would you just start already? Well then. A bit rude, wouldn't you say? I just got my memory back, so I was willing to celebrate this event with you. Not that I care, though, but why did you lose your memories in the first place? You got one thing right. We don't care. Just start the trial already. So one of us here killed Shinji. Shinji Kasai, the brawn of their group. You can't just ignore the difference in physical abilities in these cases. Even if you got some strength, it wouldn't be easy to win against him in a one-on-one fight. And someone killed him, which probably means they didn't use a straightforward method. Oh, Shinji. Oh, Shinji. I'm sad. Trial, mystery, tension, whatever. It's not like someone outside this group is the killer. Hell, even I have some suspects. Now then, how shall we play this game? The start of the trial of death. Would you like to save? Yes. I guess I'm still Shobai. But I still have Sora's skills. Spoiler. Power Punch. Doubles damage inflicted and reduces reload cooldown. Okay. Enables free movement during Logic Craft. I could use that. Okay, so I'm gonna equip this one. I have 2 left. I can equip that then. Okay. That's fine with me. Alright, let's go. I don't know who did that. I have no idea. They want you to think that it's Iroha, but like, no way, right? Let's start with a basic explanation of the class trial. The results of the class trial will be determined by your votes. If you vote the correct Blackened, only they will get punished. But if you pick the wrong person, then everyone besides the Blackened will get punished, and the Blackened will graduate from the school trip. Now then, let's first sit back and assess the situation like usual. The case is pretty much settled, so shouldn't be hard to solve. Are you sure, Shobai? Because can you let me in? Because I'm a little confused. I'm still also really thrown that we're Shobai right now. That being said, this case sure is different from all the other ones before. I wonder how far these dimwits make it without my help. That's not Yuki. That's not Yuki Maeda. That's Usuro right there. Look at his face. Oh my, isn't it too quiet in here? I know we're running low on numbers, but let's try to keep our hopes up, everyone. Just shut up. Honestly, I don't have any idea of what's going on. Who's the culprit and what really happened? Oh, you act as if this is a surprise. I can't hear you. Iroha, Mikado, you two should never speak up unless it's really needed, alright? I would appreciate if you didn't treat me the same as Mikado. But she suspects that you're the Void, and she's right, so that's why she's doing that. Total crap show. And the people who acted as our leaders are now all gone. Not to mention, you guys are being awfully quiet this time. I was just trying to lighten the mood. Sora. Yeah. You know, you usually lead us during class trials, remember? I know I might be asking for too much, but can you do it just once more? Something's weird about her. Something happened. She's weird now. To be honest, it's just as Rojas says. too many of us have died. Setsuka and Shinji, who were always up to rally us together. Kokoro, who led us through the dark with her genius brain. Even Kanade, who I can't call human in good faith, isn't here anymore. Yeah. And everyone except for us two aren't even trying to speak up. Oh, what do you mean? I'm doing my sincerest best to be cooperative here. Please, I can't do this alone. Could you help me? I would like to help with the trial, but it's not like I'm particularly smart or anything. All the trials so far have been possible because I got the help of Kokoro or Kanade. I couldn't have done it alone. And if I'm being honest with myself, I still don't have any idea on what happened in this case. Girl, me either. Let's all think together. I know we've suffered another loss, but we aren't dead yet. We've even survived through imprisonment. So if we work together, we'll be sure to... Work together to do what? It's just gonna be one of the Void's plans anyway. And one of us will die again. Yuki, I know you're sad because Shinji's dead, but are you really going to give up just like that? I said this before, but don't lose hope. There is a way, I know it. Fine. I'll at least pretend to have hope. We have Shobai. What? We still have Shobai, even if he doesn't want to die, right? So he'll solve the trial for us. Look at his face. I love Shobai. Oh well, he isn't really the type to do the dirty work himself, unless no one else is up for it. So we probably have to figure out some stuff on our own until he feels that it's necessary to cooperate. Alright. I'm sorry. I guess I was just being a bit too down. Yoriko said it well. We can't just die here. Let's use our heads together, like we always did. There's no need for that. We already have our culprit. What? Yuki, you're the culprit, aren't you? What? Excuse me? What? Yuki's the Blackened? Care to explain this frickin' nonsense? Yeah, you've been quiet this whole time and now you say you know the culprit? Heh, don't play dumb with me. You know you can't when we're both there at the crime scene and with Shinji when it happened. What do you mean? Explain yourself. This is a class trial, so we should all be on equal footing for there to be a logical discussion. So allow me to explain everything that happened before and after Shinji's death. But before that, I would like to emphasize the fact that the person who's most connected to this case is me. Oh, so you say you yourself are the key to this case, Some of you already know this, but after we were just freed from our imprisonment, I picked up my book in the Oracle room, just like always, when I found something peculiar written inside mine. Something peculiar? It said that one of us was actually helping Void behind our backs, right? Huh? What? I never heard... I remember. I also recall that Nikkei suspected Shinji as the spy. The people I gathered in the meeting room already knew this information. I also told you that I would try to speak to Shinji alone, as a Void member. And just like I promised, I called Shinji over to the power room. I was trying not to be too direct with Shinji, and things were going smoothly, but unbeknownst to us, Yuki had snuck in and was eavesdropping on us. What? Oh, really? You don't even know what actually happened. If you're gonna be like that, then believe I also do have a say in this. As you said, I was definitely in that room when it happened. But I was unconscious because somebody ambushed and stunned me. Oh, the same person who pushed Sora down the stairs? Someone ambushed you? When? Right after we had that conversation in the meeting room. I lost consciousness, and when I came to, I was already in the power room. Do you have any proof? What was that? Because of your statement just now, my statement of you being in the power room is proven to be true. But can you do the same to your statement of you being ambushed? How could I prove that? I don't even know who attacked me. What good are those words if you can't even prove them? You went to the power room because you wanted to. What? That's just... So? Then what? What happened after Yuki showed up? While I was distracted with Yuki, Shinji suddenly attacked me. Shinji attacked you? It was right then that I lost consciousness, so I don't actually know what happened after that. But one thing I can say for sure is that when I came to, Shinji was dead, and Yuki had disappeared. So everyone was kind of attacked by somebody? But by those statements, Yuki is... Sorry, I'm sleepy. Yuki is no doubt the Blackened. Yuki, is this true? Did you really kill Shinji? Of course it's not true. Why would I kill Big Bro? Then tell us. Tell us what happened after I passed out. Nothing. Yeah, it's just like Nikkei said. It did look like Big Bro took Nikkei down. I don't know if it was because he was a traitor, but I was afraid I was gonna get attacked as well, so I ran away. Is that all? Yeah. I don't know why or how Big Bro died, okay? Then who killed Shinji? I don't know. If both of them are telling the truth, then we must have a third party that is the culprit. No. We don't need the existence of a third party to explain this case. Sora. Nikkei, you say that after you woke up, Shinji was already dead, and Yuki had disappeared. Yeah? And what did you do afterwards? What do you mean? Of course, I just ran away because I got scared. I thought I was gonna get killed when he attacked me after all. Nikkei, allow me to say the very words you just said to Yuki. But can you prove it? What? If Yuki killed Shinji, that means you were there unconscious while the crime had occurred. Even if you were knocked out, don't you think it's weird that Yuki would murder someone when he didn't know when you were going to wake up? Rather, you had the perfect chance to kill Shinji after Yuki left. Not to mention, you were left alone with Shinji in that room. A way to prove my words. Well, I can't say I have much of a method. When I woke up, Shinji was dead, with blood spewing out of his neck. That much I can say for sure. So, you're saying you're not the culprit? Of course. At least I have no reason to kill him. And you're suggesting that I have? Both of you shut up. We can't solve anything if we're just shouting meaningless words at each other. We just gotta use logic to deduce stuff. I think Nikkei's the suspicious one here. I mean, can we even believe his words on there being an insider to the Voids? Perhaps he was trying to break our group's harmony with those words and plotting to get rid of Shinji. What the hell is wrong with you, Sora? Did I do something to you? No, she's just a different person now. I don't know who she is anymore. What would I gain from lying like that? It's just that I can't trust you. You are the culprit, after all. You're a void. Of course you're the culprit. Girl, what? No, he's not. No. I'm gonna protect him. No. Like, he spent this whole time proving that he was with you, and you... I don't know if you believed him 100%, but like, you were his friend, and you trusted him at one point. So who are you? Who is this person? I don't know who she is. What? Sora? Don't you think it's weird that he suddenly suspects Yuki for everything out of nowhere? You think so too, right, Yuki? Sora, is something wrong? You're acting a bit... Yeah, she's weird. So this is the friendship and trust you guys were talking about? I mean, who could I blame? I'm a bloody criminal. I should be glad that you'd even listen to me. Well, I'm sorry that a freaking sinner like me tried to save your asses. Stop it, Nikkei. And Sora, that one was too far. Please, everyone, let's try to stay focused on the trial and save the unrelated stuff for later, okay? No, he's the culprit. I'm sure of it. Who are you? Maybe you're the culprit. And how about we vote for me? Yeah, let's all just fail the trial and just die together. Ah, crap. Here we go again. I thought they could last for at least 5 minutes. But nope. I guess I have to step up and do something. As if I haven't got more annoying stuff to deal with. Oh my gosh, we are... I still can't get over the fact that we are Shobai right now. I don't think I need an explanation. Yoriko's account, burn marks, bruises on the body. Alright, let's see. Nikkei's the culprit. And why is that? You're the one who was with Shinji the last, that's why. Weren't you in the better position to murder Shinji than Yuki? You've got no proof, it's all just speculation. The logic applies the same as Yuki as well. I'm not the culprit. Oh, would you all stop fighting and calm down? What do I do? In the power room, that happened. But when I think about it, somebody just contradicted that. What happened? Hold on. Yoriko's account. What was Yoriko's account again? You're the one who was with Shinji the last. That's not it. In the power room, that happened. The fire. Oh, wait. The fire, right? Burn marks? Nikkei's the culprit, and why is that? You're the one who was with Shinji the last. You have no proof. I'm not the culprit. Are we contradicting Sora? Alright, let me see. Okay. Took me a second. Listen, I kind of like being Shobai because I just like Shobai. Okay, let's go back in. Hey, albino. What's gotten into you? Shobai? How can you be so sure the reporter was the last one to be with Shinji Kazai? It's almost as if you actually witnessed the entire thing. Lay off, Shobai. Nikkei himself said it, remember? When he woke up, only he was there with Shinji. That's only if we assume nobody else interfered after the reporter left. How the hell can you not remember the fire? If we're going by your words, Nikkei Yomiuri was the last one to leave that place, so he must have been the arsonist. So, reporter, give us the news. Did you cause the fire, huh? Of course not. I know nothing about how that place caught on fire. That's wrong. He must have caused it. And why are you so dead set on that? And Shobai, why are you interrupting our discussion? I thought that you weren't interested in our business. Just shut up and mind your own business. We'll take care of it from here. Who is she? Is it just me, or did Sora get, really scary? Sora, I think you need to calm down. I get it. We all hate Shobai, but this is a class trial. We should listen to him at the very least. You know what's bad when Yoriko, the ultimate Sora simp, is disagreeing with her and telling her to calm down. Oh yeah, Shobai even won against Kanade. Shobai, you're being our hero again, right? Shut up. I'm doing this because I want to save time, idiot. If I just do nothing, this whole trial will consist of pointless fighting between you people. Besides, there's something I need to check out immediately after the trial. And what's that? Now, let's get to talking, Albino. You said that even if there was a third party involved, it's obvious who's the culprit. And how can you be so sure of it? Every case could have an infinite number of variables that have yet to be uncovered. The you I knew all this time wouldn't do something as stupid as this. No, maybe you just overestimated me. I just believe that Yuki's not the culprit. Oh, but Sora, that is a baseless claim. By that reasoning, there is no reason to believe that Nikkei is the culprit as well. Oh, would you just shut up? Oh, why is it always me getting scrutinized? I'm no Kokoro Mitsume, but I'd say I'm also pretty good at reading people's minds. And you, Albino, are acting very anxious right now. No, I think you've got the wrong idea. Now what? No. Why in the world would you be anxious right now? Yuki Maeda and Nikkei Yomiuri are debating right now, and why should you be anxious about that? Wait, Shobai, just to be sure, you better not be suggesting Sora's the culprit. Are you? Sora? The culprit? Hell if I know. So you don't know? You think I'm superhuman or something? To solve something, I need to deduce it. To deduce something, I need clues. So in order to solve the trial, we need to talk about it more. Dig for more hidden clues instead of fighting. I couldn't have said it better myself, but doesn't it feel kinda odd when it's coming from Shobai? Kokoro knew the culprit from the start, you know. Guys, Shobai's right. I think we're a bit too heated right now. Don't you feel ashamed of yourselves? Even Shobai knows this isn't the right thing to do. How about we calm down and start over? And Teria, you haven't said a word since we arrived here. Could you please participate? You don't need my help, because I won't be of any help. Just treat me like I'm a nobody from now on. And why are you suddenly so depressed about this? It's your life on the line too, you know. If he doesn't want to participate, then just leave him be. Probably wants to collect himself before this inevitable doom. So is everyone just breaking character now? Alright. I'll apologize to Nikkei. How about we talk this over once more? I agree completely with Shobai that this isn't like you. We should have acted more reasonably. Now then, instead of pointing fingers at each other, we should look at this at, What direction should we take? I guess you aren't quite the leader type, Yoriko. Since I want to end this quickly, consider this a treat. There are only 3 people related to this case. You don't need to worry about anyone else. Yuki Maeda, Nikkei Yomiuri, and Albino Girl. Talk about what each of these 3 did over the last few hours and the case is finished. Everyone else is innocent. Shobai, may I return the very words you said to me? How can you be so sure of that? Instinct. What? I got good instincts. Well, I am half joking right now. You think this is funny? We need logical proof right now, not some nonsensical jokes. Are they frickin' kids or something? Do I really have to spell everything out? Guess I've got to show them the proof. The proof that everyone else other than these 3 are innocent. What is that proof? I don't know. Alright, it's that one, I'm pretty sure, but... Bubblehead. I'm talking to you, Bubblehead. What? Oh, you're talking about me? Oh, wait. How would I know that if you don't call me by my name? Quit your yappering. Tell them your account what you told me during the investigation. Oh, you mean the one about the alibis, right? Oh, so you've been investigating as well, Shobai. I mean, you always did your best while everyone was looking, granted. When nobody was looking, granted. Alibi? What alibi? Well, Shobai asked me where our whereabouts were since lunchtime till the body announcement. I've been with Yoriko this whole afternoon, and Teria and Mikado were in the break room together, right? Oh, I see. Because I was with Aroha, and Teria was with Mikado. We all have solid alibis. So, everyone excluding us 4 will be our prime suspects. Nice work, Shobai. And those suspects would be Nikkei, Yuki, and Sora. You heard him. So you think you should quit your nonsense and tell us what you've been doing? Oh, here we go in the non-stop debate again. Okay, let's see. I've already said everything I did. I called Shinji to the power room, and I was talking with him. I passed out after getting attacked by Shinji. And when I woke up, Shinji was dead. I got startled, so I ran away. Same for me. I got attacked by someone, and because it looked like Big Bro was attacking Nikkei, I fled the place on the spot. I was investigating the top floor and met Yoriko. After we spoke for a while, I stayed there until the body discovery announcement. After I heard it, I came back down. She's lying. There's only one thing I need to think about. Do their statements match the alibis I investigated? No, hers doesn't. Alright, let's see. Iroha's account. I'm gonna contradict her. What? What do you mean? Or is it Yoriko's account that I need to do? Okay, it was Yoriko, not Yoroha. Oops. Wait, what did you just say? What? I said I was investigating. On the top floor, you said? Weird. Kinda contradictory, eh? I don't know what you're talking about. What you just said contradicts what the hostess said a while ago. What I said... You talked with albino girl, right? Ask her where she was all this time and all that. And you said that you parted ways with albino on the top floor and waited for her near the stairs afterwards. But she never came down. And no sign of her on the top floor. That's what you said, correct? So you were eavesdropping! You creep! Putting aside how creepy Shobai is, if that is indeed true, then our dear Sora would be lying to us right now. No way. So what's the deal here, albino? So did Sora really... Wait, there must have been some mistake. There's no way that Sora's the culprit. I never said anything about her being the culprit. Where'd you get that idea? Well, there's one thing for sure. Albino girl went to the power room, culprit or no. And she's hiding that fact from us for some reason. So why don't we clear that up first? Oh gosh. I never lied, Shobai. And I'm not the culprit. That I can swear is the truth. If you really suspect me that much, then I will personally cut down your words. Oh gosh, I'm scared. I'm scared. Stab wounds, bruises on body. Monocrophile Iroha's account, broken machines. What I said to Yoriko is the truth. She missed me. I did investigating. Blah, I can't read it. Never left the top floor. That's not true. Oh, talk about being desperate. Alright, I know what I need to do. Let me go into Iroha's account. I love Shobai. He's so trashy. I love him. Continue, let's go. You didn't come down? Or did you mean to say you didn't come down using the stairs? I don't get what you're trying to say. I mean, I didn't come down at all. I literally meant I stayed there investigating. Then how would you explain what Bubblehead saw? What? Who, me? You said so, right? That albino girl fell from the top floor. Yeah, but that... Wait, hold up. What did you just say? Sora fell from up there? Well, I'm not entirely sure if it was actually Sora, but shortly after we each picked our books, I was on the first floor and I was going up. And as I was going up, I saw someone falling from above. And you're saying that someone was Sora? You think this is some kind of joke? If someone actually fell from that height, we would have had a trial for 2 dead people right now. There's no way someone could survive that kind of fall. I know. You're right. What? So what are you trying to say? I'm being totally honest here, so Please, hear me out. I don't know how it happened, but she just went through the ground and disappeared. Somebody bring a doctor or something. She's clearly lost her mind. I know it sounds ridiculous, but I really did see it. I saw Sora disappear through the floor. Didn't you say just now that you weren't quite sure it was Sora? Why are you changing the story? 'Cause I saw a lot of white. By Bubblehead's words, we can see that albino girl fell from the top floor of the power room to the power room. What? What kind of idiots do you think we are? I thought you were the smart one here. This isn't some fantasy. This is reality we're dealing with. Reality, huh? What difference does that make? I mean, we're technically not in reality right now, are we? What? How did you... Did the reporter spread the news already? Well, how I knew that fact isn't the issue right now. The important thing is, as long as we're in a virtual world, what she said isn't so impossible. I'm not saying everything is possible just because we're in a virtual world. There are some rules and logic behind all this. Phasing through the floor and then suddenly teleporting does sound pretty unrealistic. But considering the tower's structure, the power room should be located under the first floor. And under that, there should be another room. The evidence to support that is... this? If you push the wall with the cracks inside the power room, there are stairs that lead to another floor below. At the end of those stairs, there is a door that seemingly leads to a secret room, but it won't open. Just like the main entrance of the tower while we were trapped. So, I fail to see how that makes any difference. If Sora did fall through the first floor and went below, then she might have arrived at that place beneath the power room. If there's a room below the power room connected to it, and that means you can enter the power room through that place. Wait, even if there were some stairs leading below the power room, that doesn't necessarily prove that there's a room beneath it, right? The stairs might have been there for decoration or something. Though there's no definite proof about that place's existence. I do have some clues supporting the phasing theory. What do you mean? I tested it myself. When I dropped my lighter from the top floor, just like Bubblehead said, the lighter was nowhere to be seen. What? So you mean the lighter also went through the floor and disappeared? Just like Iroha said happened with Sora? Are you sure about that? Maybe you just missed it. I do agree it's a ridiculous theory. Didn't have time to experiment it thoroughly. Though, this evidence does increase the credibility of this theory. And we actually have someone who can testify whether it's true or not. Albino should know herself if it actually happened to her. Sora, did you really go to the power room? Why? I don't know what you're talking about. And even if I really did go through the floor and arrived under the power room, how would I have survived such a fall? That's if you consider the problem from a realistic point of view. Considering we're working with what you went through, what if you went through the actual frickin' floor? Don't you think about asking about fall damage is pointless? It's virtual reality. The sky is literally limitless. This cannot be called conclusive reasoning. We must calculate the case through logic and order. You're basically throwing everything out the window and saying, because of virtual reality. How could you say any of this? How could any of this be seen as logical reasoning? Ugh, I can't read apparently. If what you said was true, then I doubt there's even any meaning to this trial anymore. You think I'm the one who makes these damn rules? Believe me, I don't want to do this way less than you do. Sure, the rules are basically non-existent. But who cares? All's well that ends well, I'd say. I'm all for it, if it's the most efficient route. If I can pin down the culprit and end this class trial, who cares about how we reach the conclusion? Even ignoring all that, suppose my reasoning really is complete BS. Then why the hell are you getting so flustered about it? Look around, albino girl. Take a look at what's become of this trial. Sora, you didn't, right? Well, there is no denying at this point that Sora is the prime suspect of this case. No, you're wrong. Shut the hell up, Mikado. How did we even arrive here? Wasn't this trial about Nikkei and Yuki suspecting each other? I told you. This case is literally about 3 people. Yuki Maeda, reporter, and albino girl. Nikkei Yomiuri and Yuki Maeda testified that they both lost their consciousness. So, the only person who was awake to see the whole thing was albino. So, unbeknownst to Yuki and me, Sora was related to all of this? No wonder you're confused. We don't even have all the info yet. Sora, now speak. Tell me what you did in this case. There is one thing I need to ask. Iroha, you said you saw me fall from above, but didn't you say that you were with Yoriko this whole afternoon? What? Oh, yeah, I met up with Yoriko after I saw that whole thing. Sora, answer me. Don't tell me you didn't. Did you really? Are you really the culprit? Yoriko, I'm not the culprit. The culprit is Nikkei. What? You're still on about... No. You're the culprit. There is literally no other way. I'm not bluffing this either. It's because of something only I know about. So you did do something. What does she mean by that? Though we can't confirm whether she's the culprit or not, one thing's for sure. This case went through a lot of people's hands. Please explain, Sora. As you've deduced, I did go to the power room, and I saw it. Shinji bleeding on the ground, and Yuki running away from him. Yuki! What? What are you talking about? Yuki, you can't hide it anymore. If you don't tell us the truth, we can't proceed with this trial anymore. No way. Wait, what? So, Sora and Yuki were accomplices or something? I don't believe it. You saw my crime? There must have been some mistake. My crime, eh? So you did attack Shinji Kasai. What? Yuki! Excuse me? What? Yuki attacked Shinji? See? I told you! Yuki's the one! I think we might have to hear what happened from Yuki before we listen to Sora's story. Oh, this is getting messy. Guess I gotta hear their stories first. Oh, here we go again. Ooh, why did I click this? Why did I click yes? Silly me. secret staircase, bruises on the body, burnt stun gun. I saw it myself. Shinji lying on the ground and bleeding from the neck, and Yuki running away from the crime scene. See? I told you Yuki was the blackened. Why the hell would I stab Big Bro? What? Even the monochrome file mentioned the wound on his neck caused by something sharp. But at the crime scene, there wasn't anything sharp enough to use as a weapon. It does seem weird that Yuki would attack Shinji. They were practically brothers. I know we shouldn't put emotion into the equation, but with no definite proof, I think I'll have a hard time believing Yuki's the killer. Oh, this is a problem. Someone like Yuki Maeda is terrible at lying. He's gonna panic and make a mistake eventually. I just need to catch it when it happens. Okay, so... shards of glass. When he says there was no weapons. Yes, there were. No sharp weapons, my ass. The floor was literally full of them. The floor was full of weapons? I assume you're talking about the glass shards. Yeah. Though I wasn't able to find one that had blood on it due to the fire. The weapon is 100% one of those shards. But I still wouldn't have any reason to stab Big Bro. You know what's funny? Nobody here even said that Shinji Kasai was stabbed to death. The girl only said he was attacked, and the reporter said he was on the floor, dead. And you're the only one who's saying he was stabbed. Why is that? What? Well, if you look at Big Bro's neck, the wound is... Sure, the neck did have a deep stab wound. Do you really think anyone else other than me noticed that? What do you mean? Stab wound? Yuki, what are you talking about? The wound on Shinji's neck wasn't a stab wound. It was more like a cut, wasn't it? Yuki! Yuki, no! Yuki, no! No, it was not you, Yuki. What are you doing, Yuki? What's going on? Idiots, as usual. I'm not even surprised at this point. I've got to wonder, is it even worth explaining it to them? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's another. Simply put, one's a cut, the other's a stab wound. As I expected, you all thought there was only a cut in his neck. But there's a stab wound beneath it at a similar angle. Judging by its state, the stab wound must have been made first. In other words, Shinji Kasai was stabbed in the throat once, then cut once more afterwards. Ouch. So, they're two different wounds. I never knew that. Only Shobai would have known such an intricate difference between them. And yet, Yuki specifically said that he was stabbed when nobody other than Shobai acknowledged that. Hey, Yuki. It's time you stop avoiding this. Just tell us what you did. It's alright, Yuki. What? You were not the culprit. That much I can guarantee. So it's time you tell them the truth. No matter what happens, I will protect you. Sora? Oh, he's realizing something. I'm sorry. I should be better off dead. I've done something terrible. I stabbed Big Bro, like you said, with a glass shard On the neck. Yuki, calm down. I know I asked you all to ignore me, but can I just say one thing? I know for a fact that a person like you wouldn't stab Shinji without good reason. That I agree with. Just what happened between you two? The beginning is the same as what I told you before. After Nikkei said Big Bro could be the traitor, I was being cautious while investigating. When I suddenly got attacked by somebody from behind, after being ambushed, I lost consciousness. And when I came to, Nikkei was knocked down on the floor and Big Bro was holding a gun in his hands with a scary looking expression. Yeah, that part's the same as what I experienced. I was scared. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was what Nikkei told us, but it didn't feel like the Big Bro I knew. You all know how he acted weird lately, right? The PTSD stuff. I was so scared that I was frozen still when he suddenly came right at me. I thought that Nikkei had just been killed by Big Bro. So when I thought I was going to be killed, my body reacted without thinking. I grabbed the shard of glass lying on the ground and you went straight for his neck. Hold on. Why did he attack Nikkei and Yuki in the first place? Well, obviously, he was a traitor, just as I suspected. So, was Shinji the one who pushed Sora down from the top floor of the tower? What? Why would he do that? After being pressed on by me, he revealed his true colors. What? But I thought... Even as he got stabbed by me, he grabbed and threw my body away. If I stayed still, I might have died from that. Next thing I knew, he had crashed into the wall. The ceiling and the wall came down. And Big Bro was buried under the debris while bleeding out. When everything was over, the horrible realization came over me that I had killed someone. I get what you're saying, but there's no reason to be that hard on yourself. If you're telling the truth, then it was more like it was an accident than a murder. Oh, but the rules of the killing school trip never consider the context of things. If there's a dead body, someone has to pay the price. By your logic, Hibiki's case was an accident as well, as she was only used by Kanade. I know that. Don't you talk back to me. Yuki, what happened next? What do you mean, what happened next? My mind went blank. All that I thought to myself was that I needed to get away from that place. Far away. And you didn't get rid of the evidence? Yeah, as the hostess said, it was more of an accident than a murder. That's why Yuki Maeda ran away on the spot without doing anything. An albino girl witnessed Yuki Maeda running away. Sounds like everything is starting to come together. You're right. I guess this is the end for me. I'm sorry for lying, but even if it was an accident, when I killed Big Bro, it was actually... I just wanted to live. Yuki, it's not over yet. You're not the culprit. What do you mean? I stabbed Big Bro. That feeling of sharp glass plunging into his flesh is still haunting me. The culprit is still Nikkei. What? Sora, you've been at it constantly, saying I'm the culprit. Are you trying to pick a fight with me? You think I'm gonna keep tolerating your crap? I feel like I need to apologize to you in advance. What for? Now that Yuki has come clean, it's my turn. After I went up to the power room and witnessed Yuki running away from the crime scene, The first thought that came to me was that I couldn't just let Yuki be the blackened. What? I don't know why. Maybe it was from witnessing my friend committing murder. Or maybe it's because you're Akane. Or maybe it was something else. But I wasn't ready to let Yuki down just yet. Would you just cut to the conclusion? You're really dragging things out. So what did you do? I want you to first understand that at the time, I didn't fully comprehend what had happened. All I knew was that Yuki had definitely stabbed Shinji, and Nikkei was knocked out cold. I tried to be calm and walked up to Shinji when I noticed something. At that moment, Shinji was still alive and breathing. What? He was alive after getting stabbed in the throat? Is that really the truth? Maybe it wasn't a direct hit. I don't know for sure. But he was alive, probably only for a few minutes more. I first thought of healing him, but it wasn't like I had any medical experience. And if Shinji died while doing so, Yuki would be the blackened for his death. So I decided to take action. What did you do? I decided to protect Yuki. I decided to make him not the culprit. Sora, you didn't. Yes, I delivered the finishing blow. The large cut on the neck was caused by me. Sora, are you crazy? If you did that, you would be... Why? Why would you do such a thing for someone like me? Perhaps I had a better option. But at the time, this was the only option I could think of. It was like I was getting led by some strange memory. Oh, is he putting it together? Wait, then that would make Sora the culprit. But it doesn't end there. You'll probably all despise me for this, but I'll tell you the truth. Sora? Hiding the fact that I went to the power room, insisting on things without any evidence to back it up. I apologize for everything, but I couldn't bring myself to tell the truth. But I must tell you all the truth. The truth about the horrible sin I've committed. Even as I was thinking to do something as despicable as... Why did I just click it? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Why did I click it before I stopped reading? Ugh, sorry. My body was trying to save Yuki. Well, in my head, I still didn't want to die. So I used someone else's hand instead. She used Nikkei's hand to do it? She can't do that. She can't do that. Can she do that? What do you mean? While I did cut Shinji's throat, I didn't do it myself, but I used the hands of somebody else to do it. Someone else's hands? I don't get what you're trying to say. You... She can't do that. She can't do that. Amazing. I never would have expected such a result. If Albino Girl is telling the truth, then we have our culprit. That culprit's identity is... You're telling me... No. No, it's her. She used his hand. That wouldn't make him the culprit. It's still her. No, it's her. It's not DK. No. No. No, I don't want this. Even if she used his hand, if he was unconscious, that doesn't count. That can't count. That is ridiculous. If he gets executed for this, I'm going to be so mad. There's no way. This is so ridiculous. This whole thing is... I don't understand any of it. There was only one other person there at the crime scene. Nikkei Yomiuri. Albino girl, use your unconscious hand instead. I'm so sorry. How could she do that? How could she do that to Nikkei? How dare she? I'm very upset. How dare she do that? No freaking way. Excuse me, this is the trial suspended? Is this trial so short? How long have I been sitting here? I haven't been sitting here that long. Only like an hour and a half. What kind of short trial is this? I'm going back in. What is this? Why is it so short? What was the first thought that came to me? Shock, horror, fear, rage. These feelings could be considered the normal reaction. The entire situation was completely surreal to me, after all. When I look back, however, the first emotion I felt was awe. Why was I in such awe as I watched it happen? Why did I feel awe from witnessing Yuki almost kill Shinji? Perhaps it was because of that awe that I did such a thing. If I just let things be like this, then he would become the Blackened. There would be a class trial, and he would be executed. And I cannot let that happen. I should be the one to protect him. I tell myself I tried to ignore and resist it, but that voice rang inside of me, clear as clear can be. The voice of a demon hiding somewhere deep inside me. Yeah, a voice of Akane Taira? I gripped the glass shard using Nikkei's unconscious hand and cut Shinji's throat. Right then and there. How dare she do that? How dare she do that to Nikkei? I feel betrayed. Does that mean Nikkei is the Blackened? So that was why Sora was so insistent on Nikkei being the culprit. Yeah, and only she knew this. Even Nikkei Yomiuri didn't know himself that he was the culprit. But to tell what happened would be to announce the sin she had committed. So she hesitated on it, as you would expect from her. Don't you screw with me. What the hell did you do with my treasured hand? Nikkei, why don't we calm down first and... Calm down? How can anyone calm down from this? Oh, even I would be bewildered by this turn of events if I was the one experiencing it. To be the culprit without even knowing it. That's impossible. Get the heck out of here. That didn't happen. Get the heck out of here. This doesn't count. This class trial shouldn't count. I did literally nothing. Sora's obviously the culprit here. I have nothing to say. I'm just so sorry. You think sorry's gonna solve my problem? If I turn out to be the Blackened, I'm going to die right now. But I thought you said dying here doesn't mean you would die for real. If this was the real world, I would never have tried such a thing. Yeah, except he was lying. You die here, you die in real life. I know it's a petty excuse, but after this is all over, I'll make it up to you in any way possible. So please. But this is going way too far. Didn't I also tell you that we don't know what could happen to our bodies even if we die? You're basically telling me to endure whatever that is. Whatever. What? I can't read because I'm so like, I'm sorry. I can't read because I'm so stunned. You're basically telling me to endure whatever that's going to happen to me as long as it's not death? That's not what I meant. If you know so well that you weren't going to really die from this, then why didn't you sacrifice yourself? Or did you really want to continue this killing school trip that badly? I betrayed the Voids, helped you out, did all that, and you act like this, you little... I hate to break this moment, but is there any reason to continue the trial anymore? What? Well, if Sora's telling the truth, then Nikkei's the culprit, right? There's no reasoning or puzzle solving or whatever, but yeah, we do have a culprit based on our results. Then why don't we just end it here? I don't want to be in this place anymore. Besides, Nikkei was originally the one to... Wait, hold on. Why are we even believing her in the first place? Forget logic. Why are we even believing this? I killed Shinji using Nikkei's hands. BS! She could have just made it up on the spot. I get why you're unwilling to believe it, but believe it or not, her story does have some ground. It matched with Yuki Maeda's confession earlier, not to mention with the statements that the others had made. But even so, Shobai said it well, so why don't we vote? Wait, guys, just one thing. I'm not trying to cover up for Nikkei or anything, but Nikkei didn't have any intent to murder according to Sora, right? What? I was just unsure if someone else using Nikkei, who was unconscious to murder Shinji, would really count as Nikkei being the culprit. What? I don't understand. Good call, hostess girl. Girl's got a point. I also believe it's too early to decide on who the culprit is. If Nikkei Yomiuri can be considered a murder method, then we'd have Albino Girl as our culprit instead. Nikkei as the murder weapon? Care to explain? Whether Nikkei Yomiuri can be considered Albino Girl's murder weapon or not. I mean it literally. What? Nikkei himself was the murder weapon? That is impossible. How can one consider a human being as a weapon? Have you asked Monocro to confirm that? What? Did you ask Monocro if Nikkei Yomiuri was decided as the culprit of this case? In the case of Kanata Yotonokoji, she asked in advance about her murder if it could be considered a double blackened murder. It was to avoid any messy confusion afterwards. I mean, you should have known that there was no 100% positives in class trials. I didn't think that far ahead. See? Even she's unsure of it. Wait. I don't know if Nikkei could be considered a weapon or not. But if we do consider it to be that way, does that mean... Yep. Albino Girl would be the culprit to kill Shinji Kasai using her murder weapon of choice, Nikkei. Oh, I see. So this is a matter of deciding who's the culprit between Sora and Nikkei. Let's applaud Yoriko, who gave this crucial insight on the case. You might have even let Nikkei live another day. Wait, me? But that would mean Sora... Well, obviously, Sora's the culprit. A murder has to include the intent to cause harm by the murderer. But even if she's the culprit, she did it to save me. So now what? Forget why or how. We can't even decide on who's done it. How could this happen to me? Wait, am I Sora now? There's no way that... How could a human being be considered a weapon? Even if he was unconscious. But if it is possible, then what would happen to me? Scrum debate. Which one is that again? Oh, it's this one. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's do it. This trial is short, huh? We're already doing a scrum debate. Team Luna. Team Solar. He can be a weapon. He's not a weapon. Sora used my hand as an object. Weapons can only be defined as objects. You consider yourself a tool, Nikkei? I'm sorry, Sora, but you're clearly the one at fault. Sora's not at fault. I should be the culprit. She did it to protect me. Oops, I did it wrong. I'm sorry. My bad. That was wrong. There's a phrase that... There's a human weapon. That weapon and this one are... Wait, why am I even participating in this? Can you just shut up for once? Nikkei was conscious even a little bit. Whether or not Nikkei was conscious doesn't matter. It was his hand that did it, not mine. Even before we discussed the matter of the weapons, you don't even have evidence. It's not logical at all. I'm sorry. That was my own fault. You consider yourself a tool, Nikkei. Sora's clearly the culprit. Sora's not at fault. You can't just go up ahead and pretend that didn't happen. Human weapon for a reason. Nikkei was conscious. He's not conscious. It doesn't matter if he was conscious or not, it was his hand. Accounts match each other, convinced enough can be presented as evidence. Oh my goodness. Why is this so hard? Jeez. I don't like it. Nikkei doesn't deserve this. Alright, let's go back in. We just did the scrum debate. And they're trying to decide if Nikkei could be used as a weapon. And Listen, I feel like it's not fair. Like, to use Nikkei as the weapon. Like, we discovered that Sora was the one who delivered the killing blow. She just used Nikkei's hand to save Yuki. And I'm pretty sure she's doing that because ever since the beginning, she's been like, very much save Yuki. That's been her mindset, which is why I think she's Akane. But I don't think it's fair that Nikkei is getting blamed and he might end up being the black end because of this. I don't think that's fair at all. I don't know. I just... Nikkei doesn't deserve that. Listen, I know I went from not liking him at all to him being one of my favorite characters all in this chapter, but like, he doesn't deserve this. He doesn't deserve it, and it's a little frustrating. So how long are we going to continue this? We're just going in circles if we continue like this. So, Sora. Oh no, that doesn't say so. Apparently I can't read. Yo, Sora. Why are you so dead set on being against me? If you thought that it was okay for me to die here and be safe in the real world, why didn't you apply the same thought process to yourself? Or is it the old, if I do it, it's right, but it's wrong if it's you? So are you scared now that it's your body on the line? I still think he's lying. I don't think they're still alive in the real world. As much as I want to believe that Makaru is not dead, because I will never believe that she's dead, I really don't think that that's the case. I think he's lying, because otherwise he wouldn't have been so upset by the betrayal from Mikado when he killed Hajime. That's my opinion. I don't know. I cannot leave this world yet. There's still something I have to do. Is there a way we can confirm who's technically the one that did it? Alright then. Let's not waste any more time and ask someone who's sure to know who's done it. Someone who's sure to know the truth? The guy I talked to about just a minute ago? Monocro, you listening? You should know, right? Whether or not Nikkei Yomiuri's hand could be considered a weapon. He should know, but then again, I'm pretty sure he was Monokuma for a hot minute there, so I don't know if he actually does know. Why aren't you saying anything? Shobai, you know I cannot answer that question. To answer that question would be to answer who's the culprit between Sora and Nikkei. Is that how it works? I thought we were just gonna ask if Nikkei could be considered a weapon. That ultimately decides who's the culprit after all. But then who pushed Sora off of the tower? So we're basically asking him for the answer. Of course he wouldn't answer back. I was hoping it was worth a shot since you went haywire a while ago. So, you're still bound by those rules? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Now this is quite the troublesome situation we're in. We would have to decide it ourselves if Monocro doesn't outright tell us. Hold on a minute. Shobai? Let's go over everything again. Albino, Reporter, and Yuki Maeda. You three should talk about what you each heard and did in the case. What? We already did that. Yuki, why don't we stop complaining and do what he says just once? Maybe he has an idea or something. I agree. We're all going after each other, saying it's your fault. But this isn't the time for emotional drama between us. Let's save what we have. Let's save what we have to say about each other for now, and logically think this through once more. It's not like there's more to say about this case, though. As I said before, I was kidnapped by someone, and when I woke up, Nikkei was unconscious, and Big Bro attacked me. Frightened to death, I grabbed the glass shard on the ground and stabbed Big Bro in the neck. Then I ran away and pretended I knew nothing. Same for me. I called Shinji out and was talking to him when he suddenly knocked me out. When I woke up, Shinji had bled out dead, and I ran away from the scene. So was Shinji the one who pushed Sora? Is Shinji the one kidnapping and knocking them all out? As I told you before, I went up to the power room through the secret passageway below and witnessed Yuki running away from the crime scene. And to save him from being executed, I grabbed the glass shard using Nikkei's hand and cut Shinji's throat. Although I still don't know what made me do that. Yeah, it's Akane making you do that. Oh, it seems like this is just a recalling of what they said before. And you're sure you said every last detail? Of course. I mean, every one of us has been exposed already, so there's basically no point in lying. Then we have a problem. Who was the one that caused the fire? Huh? Let's go over the facts. The power room was on fire. There is no doubt about that. According to our alibis, the only people that entered the power room are Albino, Nikkei Yomiuri, and Yuki Maeda. Check. Now, let's assume all of you are telling the truth. Where the hell did the fire come from? I'm wondering if when she slit his throat, when Sora slit his throat with Nikkei's hand, if that was actually his cause of death. What if the cause of death was actually the fire? Like, what if he was still alive when she did that? Could that have been possible? I'm just thinking out loud here, but could it? I don't know. And who set the fire? The last one in the room was Nikkei, right? So if it had to be Nikkei. Huh? You're right. What happened then? Aren't you acting a bit too surprised? Shobai mentioned the fire once before in this trial. Yeah. But it was glossed over once every single one of you little crap started exposing each other. Now that the three of you had told the actual truth, we now need to readdress this problem. But why is the fire important? The Blacken's bound to be either Sora or Nikkei, regardless of the fire. No, you may not have realized this with your barely functioning brain, but Shobai is basically implying that one of the three who visited the power room may be lying. Yeah, if there is a likelihood that any party falsifying their statement, we need to dig every last detail until we're sure we got everything right. I see. So who caused the fire then? I know nothing. I told you everything I know. Same here. The fire in the power room. Even I don't know about that. Let's think this through step by step. I might be able to find something now. Logic craft. Oh, is this the one with the space? Alright, I don't need the explanation. I can do this one. Hopefully the Yuri skill helps me. Oh, it does. Whoa, okay. I can definitely see that Yuri's skill is 100% needed. Oh my goodness, I would not have been able to do this without that skill. Oh my gosh. How would I have been able to do this? I would have just started crying. Okay. Let's see. In what order did the prime three suspects of this case leave the power room? Yuki, Sora, Nikkei. So, it's possible that Nikkei set the fire. I don't want to believe it, because Nikkei deserves better. Okay, I'm on the Nikkei Defense Club. Okay. Oh my goodness. I would not have been able to do this without this skill. Oh my gosh. Alright. Question 2. Let's see. Who was left inside the power room after Nikkei Yomiuri left the power on? Shinji. Did Shinji himself start the fire? That's possible, right? That Shinji did it. But why would he do that? I mean, it is suspected that he's working for the Voids, but like, also why would he be working for the Voids? That I don't understand. Oh my gosh, look at this. You think I would have been able to do this without this skill? No. Look at this. I would have been crying in the corner. Okay, let's see. Question 3. Let's see. What is it? What is it? If the fire caught on when Shinji was dead, what are the possible explanations? Shinji was still alive. Yuri. I think he was still alive. I really do. Yeah. I don't think the killing blow was Sora's, what she did. I think Shinji pulled a Sakura. I don't know. For some reason, it ended up being a Sakura situation where he did it himself. Alright, I'm gonna save. Go back in. Because I need answers. Wait, Nikkei. So when you left the power room, the fire wasn't there, right? Just how many times do I have to repeat myself? Yes, there was no fire. I thought it was some malfunctioning from the damaged machines that caused the fire. That means, if someone did cause a fire, then it would be after Nikkei left the power room. Does that mean someone else entered the power room once Nikkei left? That's impossible. Everyone, excluding Sora, Yuki, and Nikkei, all have sound alibis. Then we're back to deciding between Sora, Yuki, and Nikkei again. We told you! Even we don't know! But then it doesn't make sense! There's no one else that could have caused the fire! It's exactly as Aroha said. There is no one among us here right now who could have caused that fire. What? What are you trying to suggest, Sora? I'm saying I might have an idea on who actually caused that fire. Let me cut straight to the chase. We don't need to consider the possibility of someone else entering the power room after Nikkei left. Because there was one other person in the power room. And that's Shinji. What? Sora, what do you mean? Shinji was dead at that point. Was he though? But what if he wasn't? If he was still alive, and if he had caused that fire, then everything we said up until this point makes sense. Sora, are you hearing yourself? Didn't you say it yourself that you delivered the finishing blow to Shinji? You were the last person I expected to say that. Yeah, not to mention that it was his second fatal blow that he received on the same spot, mind you. How could anyone be alive after getting stabbed and cut in the throat? I don't know, but Shinji was kind of built like a boulder, so if she missed If she missed the artery, it's very possible she didn't kill him, and he was still alive. You can. What? Normally, anyone would die, but there are cases when someone suffers that and still survives for more than 30 minutes. Trust me on this. What is it with you, Mr. Nobody? And you sound like you actually saw someone pulling it off. Was there someone in the last game who did that? Yes. No. Because it was Haru. He got shot, but he didn't die right away. It wasn't in the neck, but was it in the chest because it missed his heart? He didn't die right away, so he went around the arsenal being like, trying to make it so that Satsuki would survive. Is that what he's talking about? Well, Are you alright? Teria... Oh, let's just ignore him and return to the topic at hand. So, are you saying that Shinji was still alive after all that? That makes no sense. Show me anyone who could stay alive for 1 minute with a bloody torn apart neck. Even I think it's going a bit too far. After all, I'm the one who actually cut his throat using Nikkei's hands. Yeah, obviously. Like, kind of funny that the one who actually did it would suggest such a thing. But it's possible because the same thing happened with, Kobushikawa. Kobuzzing. I miss Kobuzzing. See? Even you're not sure of the whole thing. And whether Shinji caused the fire or not, he's dead now. Why should we care what a dead person did before they passed away? We need to decide the culprit among the living right now. Wait, reporter, what did you just say? What? I was just saying we should be talking about something else. Not that. What? The part about the culprit being one of us? Yeah. You said the culprit was among the living, eh? Let's break that thought and think of it this way. Do you have to be alive to become a culprit? What? What does that mean? Shut up. If Shinji Kasai caused the fire, the only ones who were in the power room, the alibis... Got it. We didn't even need to discuss Nikkei Yomiuri's hand being the weapon after all. Neither of you is the culprit. Then who? It's Shinji, right? Shinji's his own culprit. Then who are you saying the culprit is? Yuki? Not him either. Well, technically speaking, there is no murderer in this case. What? Shobai, you aren't thinking what I'm thinking, are you? Yep. Shinji Kasai was killed by none other than Shinji Kasai himself. In other words, it was a suicide. Yeah. What? Jeez. Are you trying to blow our ears out? Wait, what? So, it was a suicide? What do you mean? But a suicide isn't a murder. Does that mean this class trial is cancelled? No. A suicide is still taking someone's life, so it doesn't go against the killing someone part of the rules. Gotta be kidding me. Shobai, are you crazy or something? How can you go from saying that Shinji caused the fire to saying he killed himself? He did. Listen, I think this is what happened. He was still alive after his throat was cut twice. He knew that he was going to die soon. Like, he wouldn't be able to survive that wound, but he was still alive at the time. So, he started the fire so that that would kill him instead. And he wouldn't take any of his friends down. Like, because I do think that he cared about everyone. Whether or not he was working for the Voids, I don't know that. But I do think he really cared about, Especially Yuki. He cared about Yuki, and maybe he assumed that it was Yuki who would have gone down for killing him. So he's like, I can't let that happen. So he started the fire, and that was what killed him, not the wound. Because the cause of death wasn't identified in the monochrome file. That's what I think. Why the hell would he do something like that anyways? Like I even care about why the beef brain committed suicide. I just came up with it based on the evidence. Evidence? So you're saying that there's evidence that Big Bro killed himself? Of course there isn't any evidence like that. This isn't a problem of whether or not you have evidence. Sora, you said you killed Shinji using my hands. Then Shinji was obviously dead from that point onward, right? But did she stay around to check? Or did she just assume he was dead? It's very possible she did it quickly and then just left. And she didn't actually check to see if he was dead. I don't think he was dead. Shinji committing suicide. Something did feel strange about this case while we were talking about the fire. But even I didn't think that far. But Shobai must have realized something. We should talk about this more. Non-stop debate. Bruises on the body, burn marks, Yoriko's account, broken machines, monochrome file. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna go through it and see what it is. Shinji Kasai killed himself. Impossible. He must have died from getting his throat cut. But if we assume that, then there is no other way to explain the fire. As long as the three of us are in the position of plausible deniability towards the fire, Shinji Kasai being still alive causing the fire is our most logical explanation. Wait, even if Shinji was alive, I don't get how he can go from there to Shinji suddenly committing suicide. I mean, Shinji killing himself after trying to attack us doesn't make sense in the first place. It's not like we have proof of it anyways. That is indeed true, but then we're left with too many contradictions. So I have to refute Nikkei's thing about having proof, I'm assuming. And I think what I have to use is the broken machines. It had blood on it. How else would they have gotten broken? Right? Like, Shinji must have broken them himself. Because again, he's built like a boulder. Shobai heard my remarks about the possibility of a suicide. He must know something. Then there must be traces of suicide somewhere. I just have to find it. Alright. Let's do... Not bruises on the body. I think the broken machines. We'll see if that is what I need to do. If not, we have more chances. Okay, no, that's not it. Shobai heard remarks about the possibility of a suicide. He must know something. But what? Alright, let's see. That was incorrect. Is it the bruises? What was Yoriko's account? I can't remember. That was something about Sora. That doesn't matter. Let's see. Bruises on the body? So we didn't talk about that, did we? Okay, yeah, that's it. Alright. Because they didn't talk about the bruises on him yet. Save. Go back in. Nikkei, if you want evidence, then I've got some. Shinji's body actually had a lot more wounds than just the ones on the neck. Ones other than the ones on the neck? Those were from the fire, right? No, that's what I thought earlier. But there were a lot of scratches on his body. Oh well, color me impressed. To think that someone other than me would notice those amongst all the burnt marks. Scratches? There were scratches? When I cut Shinji's throat, there were no wounds other than the ones on his neck. I'm asking just to be sure, Nikkei. Did you make those? Of course not. And considering he was still alive, if I did that, then I would be... He would have most likely become the culprit. Correct. The last person to harm the victim becomes the culprit. You haven't forgotten that, have you? Wait, so is that it? Even after getting fatal injuries by me and Sora, Big Bro was still alive. Then he hurt himself. So by those rules, he becomes the culprit? That doesn't feel right, though. People don't usually die from those scratches. Even if you create those wounds yourself, they aren't critical enough to kill you. So his death would have come from his neck wound anyways. Easy there. Recall the monochrome didn't report the cause of death in this case. Whether or not the cause of death is recorded on the monochrome file is in itself a very important clue. Just like the time of death last trial. If this case ended with Albino Girl cutting his throat, then there would be no reason to hide the cause of death. Oh, but the cause of death was missing. So that means that there was a need to hide it in accordance with the culprit's intent. But, as Nikkei said, saying that the cause of death was those scratches does sound a bit off. No, the cause of death would have been from suffocation for inhaling too much carbon monoxide caused by the fire. Caused by the fire? Well, I guess that's what we thought when we first found the body. I thought he was burned, not suffocated to death. Yeah, but it's very possible he could have died before he got burned. He inhaled all the smoke. If he was burned to death, there should have been more time till the body discovery announcement. Simply put, it takes too long for a human being to burn to death. Correct. It's common knowledge that a human dies more easily from suffocation than from incineration in a fire. I can guarantee that is the truth as the flame wizard myself. Normally, you would be able to see distinct marks on the face if someone died from inhaling excess carbon monoxide. But he was burned to the point where the face was unrecognizable, so we aren't 100% sure. Then, how can you be so sure he died from suffocation? Because that is the only way. The only possible way he could have ended his life as fast as possible. He probably first tried hurting himself by crashing his body into stuff, but he soon knew that wasn't going to cut it. Call it luck or whatever. He had actually caused a fire doing so. So then he probably decided to end himself that way. There is no proof to suggest this happened. Actually, it was all over the power room. Proof that Shinji tried to hurt himself. The blood. As Shobai just said, there were traces of it inside the power room. Shinji, no, Shinji. It's the broken machine. Considering the relation between the fire and the scratches, Shinji must have bashed his body against the power room's machines to hurt himself. Shinji, why? I'm sad. Most of the machines inside the power room were badly damaged. Not to mention there being traces of blood on them. If someone the size of Shinji crashed into those machines with full force, I assume it would be enough to break them and cause a fire. Hold on. Now we're getting evidence left and right here. To be honest, I was half sure at first. But now it really feels like Shinji was alive at that point. I see. Sora, Yuki, and Nikkei said they didn't know about the fire, and all others have alibis, so they didn't even enter the power room in the first place. But if Shinji was still alive, and did some act to end his own life, all of this makes sense. What a remarkable conclusion that explains everything. Even someone as brain dead as Iroha could understand this. Don't call me brain dead. Iroha's gonna get in trouble. Like, she was supposed to kill this time, and clearly she didn't. So she's gonna get in some serious trouble. In a sense, this trial only took longer because the three of you were stubborn and kept saying your own thing. I should have interfered from the start. Wasted so much time. I guess even Yuki and I weren't rational enough to check if Shinji was actually dead or not. That was why we never even thought about Shinji being alive and soon killing himself. No way. So it was just Shinji's suicide all along? There's still some things I don't get, but if Shinji really did take his own life, then Sora and Nikkei both aren't culprits. Nobody here has to die. Monocro, if the culprit's dead, then nobody has to die, right? Well, if the culprit really did kill himself, then yes. I'm not into pulling apart dead bodies or that kind of stuff. You heard him, Sora. I don't know why you did such a thing, but you... That doesn't mean I'm gonna forgive her. Do you realize what kind of despicable act you've done? If we both survive from this, I'm not gonna go over this matter that easily. I'm sorry. Of course, I'll pay my price. I'll do anything you want. Not really the happy closure I wanted, but it's over, right? Then let's vote for the... Wait. Something's weird. Big Bro killed himself? Sure, we might have evidence. But why? He tried to kill me, and he attacked Nikkei. Why would someone like that suddenly decide to kill himself? He basically threatened 2 lives and then saved 3. I just don't understand. I don't either. That's not the issue here. The issue is getting the culprit right. Right, right, Yoriko, but we need all the information we can possibly get in order to get the culprit right. No. This is a class trial. This is an important matter, no doubt. If there's a reason for doubt, then we should discuss about it. I mean, don't you guys feel like it's weird? Why did he suddenly have to take his own life? What if we're missing something? Looking at the evidence, Shinji must have killed himself. That's for sure. By ending the class trial right here and now, all 3 of us would survive. We've been through a lot, but that would be the best outcome we could get, results-wise. But should we be fine with it? Yuki has a point. With Shobai's help and a bit of reasoning, we were able to deduce that Shinji took his own life. But we've only reached the conclusion. We still don't know the whole story. Did Shinji really take his own life? If he did, then for what reason? Why isn't anyone speaking? Does anyone know why Shinji committed suicide? Shobai, you know something, right? Dude, can't you solve anything by yourselves, you incompetent idiots? You think I'm one of those futuristic cat-like robots that grants wishes or something? You don't even have to know all that to deduce that this case was caused by Shinji Kasai committing suicide. Every alibi fit, the plot was well scripted, and the case is sealed. Don't you get it? All's well that ends well. Who gives a crap about why he killed himself? So you all should vote and get the hell out of here. Every alibi fit. The plot being scripted? Wait. Something's up. What? Mikado is challenging me? Oh boy. Oh, Sora. I see that you're pondering something. You see, I've been wondering about something as well. Don't you hate it when you know something's up but you don't know what that is? How about we share about just what has been bugging us? So is this where I'm gonna agree with him? The logic refresh. Okay, yeah, I need a refreshing explanation. This is where we agree. Okay. Avoid the normal words, collect truth bullets, listen to your fellow students' hints, blah blah. Okay. Select the truth bullets. Select the correct truth bullet and confirm your fellow student's argument. Okay. Okay, I get it now. Just had to... I can't believe we're about to agree with Mikado. I thought about this, and I don't think Shinji would kill himself for no reason. If Shinji suddenly... I can't read it. It's going too fast. Secret Stairs, Monaco file... Yoriko's account... Burnt stun gun. Okay. I think the burnt stun gun... Okay, yeah, I was right. Alright. Alrighty. Yeah, the burnt stun gun is a little weird. But like, I'm assuming he used that to knock out Nikkei, right? And Yuki. Right? But then why would he do that? I don't understand. Guess we're gonna find out. That reminds me. Didn't Yuki say that he was kidnapped by someone? Does anyone know who that someone could be? What are you talking about, Sora? What does that have to do with the reason Shinji killed himself? She should also mention that she was pushed off of the tower. There was a burnt stun gun lying around on the crime scene. You told me that you blacked out suddenly, right, Yuki? Perhaps he was attacked by someone using that stun gun. A stun gun? I think I did feel a jolt or something like that. But why bring that up? Don't you feel like something's off? If Shinji really is the culprit and he took his own life, why was Yuki kidnapped? And by whom? Huh? Even I didn't think that one through. Guess I was too focused on the culprit's identity. Well, it's Shinji, obviously. According to our line of reasoning, the only one to have hostile intent against our group was Shinji. You said that when you called Shinji over to the power room, you found Yuki there, right? If Shinji was the one who ambushed Yuki, then it would have been before he met up with Nikkei. Don't you think it's a bit weird? Why would you kidnap someone only to meet up with someone else right after? It is a bit weird, I guess. I don't know. No offense, but he might have just been, you know, a bit crazy in the head. If we're going by Nikkei's words, then Shinji was helping Void behind our backs, and even tried to kill Yuki and Nikkei. Even if he did take his own life, maybe he was just one of those people who put up a front around us, but was acting crazy behind our backs. Whew. I see that Shinji's image has fallen way off the cliff. I'm just saying this under the assumption that Shinji was behind all this. I didn't intend to mock the dead, even if they were the bad guy. Going by Nikkei's words? Wait. What? What about it? What? What? No. No, not doing this. No. Sora? Nikkei, there's one thing I need to clear up with you. When you gathered us in that meeting room to tell us that Shinji might be the traitor... Yeah, what about it? Where were you, and what were you doing after that meeting? Sora, what's the matter? Yoriko, please don't interrupt us for a moment. This is a very important matter we're dealing with. What do you mean? went straight to talk with Shinji. After calling him out to the power room? Yeah? But why the power room? Why call Shinji over to such a creepy, dark place? As I mentioned before, even I didn't know well enough about the identity of the person working for Void. I just didn't want unwanted people to enter hearing our business, you know, that's all. I find that a bit suspicious, Nikkei. If you really did believe Shinji was the traitor, shouldn't you have acted with a bit more caution? What are you trying to pull here? You better have a good reason for picking apart everything I say. I mean, doesn't everyone agree on this? If Shinji really was a dangerous threat, then Nikkei basically walked straight into the tiger's den alone, willingly. Come to think of it, you're right? Why didn't I notice that? Hey, Nikkei, why would you do something so risky? Isn't it obvious? He's the mastermind behind this case, that's why. What? Wait, Shobai, I thought you said you wouldn't interfere with this matter. You know what's the most annoying thing about this trial? I can't end it on my own and have to wait for you idiots. If you idiots aren't satisfied with just the culprit's identity and want to know the whole picture, then I figured I should just join and get this over with quickly. Wait, Sora, so are you agreeing with Shobai that Nikkei was the mastermind of this case? I'd say it's still based on instinct. But considering Shobai's on my side, there seems to be some logical ground behind it all. Of course there is. I'm genuinely surprised that you fools haven't realized it yet. Wait, you should have told us sooner if you had realized the truth. Before. What the hell do I have to care about what Nikkei Yomiuri schemed under your noses? All I gotta do is vote Shinji Kasai and bam, trial would have been over. This is like a bonus stage. A complete waste of time that doesn't contribute anything to my progress. Wait, but even if he was the mastermind behind this, how? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. He still wouldn't die. Because Nikkei didn't kill Shinji. He still wouldn't be executed as the Blackened. Right? But you're still going to help us, right? Huh? Help, huh? Yeah, that might be the word for it. Honestly, you don't even have to think too deep about this. The one who kidnapped Yuki Maeda, the one who framed Shinji Kasai. It was all done by that reporter over there. Framed? So Nikkei was the one who pushed Sora off the ledge? But wouldn't she have seen him? Like, right when she was pushed off the ledge, the CG, where it came, it showed her looking back at the person who pushed her. She should have seen who pushed her. Right? Maybe that's why she's not bringing it up, because she knows who it is. Though, why wouldn't she bring it up? I'm so confused. Wait, what does that mean? Nikkei, you're not gonna say all that stuff you told me was a lie, are you? I did all that because I believed in your words. Teruya? If there was any ill intent in all this, I would never forgive you. Answer me, Nikkei. What? What are they even talking about? Oh, look at his face. Nikkei, what's going on, Nikkei? No! Nikkei? Heh. You got some screwed up sense of humor. Me? The mastermind of this case? I'm a victim here, for crying out loud, you little shit. Look, I'm trying my best out here, trying to screw over Mikado. And you won't believe me? The hell? Answer the question, Nikkei. Were you the one who ambushed me? And what do you mean, framing Big Bro? Tell us the truth. Let's not do this, guys. We could have all taken the easy way out. As if I haven't got enough crap to deal with. If you guys don't believe me, then I can't trust you back. Nikkei, I know that I should be ripped to shreds for what I did to you. And we're even going as far as to suspect you. I imagine you're angry and upset. You have every right to be, but that is exactly why you need to sincerely answer us. If you are truly innocent, then I might have sinned again against you. But even so, this is something we can't look over. Shut up! You think you have any right to suspect me, you dirty rat? The girl's not worthy, eh? Then how about I take over, little newsie? The fact that the stun gun found on the crime scene was burnt means it was there before the fire happened. Thus, the person who had the stun gun has to have visited the power room before the crime had happened. That would be Sora, Yuki, and Nikkei, right? Correct. The stun gun was probably used immediately after the meeting. Hey, fact check that for me. You said you were attacked shortly after leaving the meeting room? Yep. You've got to be kidding me. Sora and Yuki were there in that break room as well. And Sora also went to the power room, so shouldn't she be a suspect as well? No, Sora has an alibi. She talked with me on the top floor after leaving the meeting room. You remember that, don't you, Sora? Huh? You met up with me, remember? We're talking about your alibi here. I mean, I still don't get the stuff you did in this case. Whatever happened, happened. Right now, you should focus on the trial. Oh, yes, she's right. I had a conversation with her shortly after leaving the meeting room. Oh, Sora, there you are. Are you alone? Yeah. Excluding Yuki Maeda himself, Albino Girl has an alibi. So, by process of elimination, the only person capable of using that stun gun on Yuki Maeda is Newsy. That may be true if we looked at our alibis, but Sora is in a much more suspicious position if we look at the bigger picture. She used some witchcraft to go through the floor and ended up below the power room. How do you explain that? Well, she might have used some other trick to kidnap Yuki and brought him to the power room. That is much more plausible explanation, I'd say. Well, Sora, try disproving that. I can't tell you the exact details about what happened then. But how I fell from the top floor and ended up there has nothing to do with the case. Please, trust me on this. Why? Who pushed you? She knows who pushed her. Because why else would she be like, no, it has nothing to do with this. Don't. Who pushed her? Who did it? The only one she would be trying to protect so fiercely is Yuki. There's no way it was Yuki. Something's weird. Something's weird. Ever since she was pushed off and she fell, she's weird. See? She's hiding something. And trust? Well, that's freaking hilarious. You think we cared about trust when we sent Hajime, Emma, and the twins to hell? This witch dirtied my hands just because she was too scared to take the shot herself. And you guys say you can't trust me, but you believe her? Spreading fake news even inside the trial, eh? Hey, Newsy, shut the hell up. They've all got alibis. Maybe you should stop worrying about your hands being dirty and worry about your ears. If Normie Boy got kidnapped right after leaving the break room, how the hell can Albino Girl achieve that while talking with the hostess? But that doesn't prove that I had the stun gun. Are you suspecting me just based on process of elimination? Of course, that's not all there is to it. You said you got attacked by Shinji Kasai in the power room. Now that's comedy if I've ever seen it. But Shobai, even Sora and Yuki stated that Nikkei was unconscious. And Sora even went as far as to use Nikkei's hands. You would have realized what was going on if he was just pretending. Who said he was pretending? Of course he was out cold for real. Then why? He actually fainted for real? Wait, I got it. Yep. If he was actually carrying the stun gun, he would have been able to use it on himself to knock himself out. What? You say I used the stun gun on myself? You're one to talk about fake news. We've got a newbie fantasy writer here. Fake? Then why don't you explain what happened? What did Shinji Kasai use to knock you out? I don't know. He kind of just tackled me suddenly. If you got knocked out from being tackled, it was either because the impulse you received was massive, or he hit your vital point. That kind of injury is sure to leave a mark somewhere on your body. So come here and get naked. Don't worry, I'll be gentle. Oh my god. Why do I find that so funny? I'm sorry. Nikkei did look somewhat awkward now that I think about it. Amidst all the debris and chaos of that crime scene, he looked unusually unharmed lying down. You're right. I only caught a glimpse, but there was no sign of injury or struggle on Nikkei. Hold on. That means when he said that it all started when Shinji attacked him, this brat lied about everything from the start? That's not all. If Shinji Kasai didn't attack Nikkei Yomiuri, that means he didn't have any reason to. No reason to attack? So that implies it was all a lie. To talk about a traitor, Big Bro being suspicious, everything. I told you. That newsie framed Shinji Kasai. Ooh, interesting. So Shinji wasn't actually a traitor. There was no traitor. Nikkei just made it up. He lied. To try to frame him, but why? I understand that his goal is to take down Mikado, but how would that become... How would doing this take down Mikado? If they voted for the wrong person, then they would all die. I don't know. This is... Nikkei, please, tell me they're wrong, Nikkei. Don't betray me. I don't know his objective, but his goal was probably to cause a fire between Yuki Maeda and Shinji Kasai from the start. Nikkei Yomiuri, you little... idiots. What? I don't know about a single thing you're talking about. Don't play dumb, you little bastard. Don't know. Don't care. You got any proof? And I'm not talking about some loose conviction you've got against me. If you haven't got proof, you can always fabricate the truth. That's how it works with a scoop. You can create the most horrifying rumors about the kindest people. You can make political giants fight each other over a simple lie. That's how easy it is, man. Nikkei, those are the renowned articles that you've been putting up. So what? If you got nothing to back your words up, every lie has a potential to become the absolute truth. That's how society works. So let me see some evidence that I caused everything, damn it. Is this really Nikkei? Uh-oh, are we going into the Terminate Talk shooting right now? With Nikkei? Oh boy. So this is the Nikkei we knew all along? Is it though? I don't know. He was a void, but he put his trust in us by betraying the voids. And I've done something horrible to him. Perhaps I don't have the right to condemn him. But even so, he must. Oh, here comes the Terminate Talk shooting. Alright. Okay. I think I have one of the skills that should help me with this, but I am going to try my strategy of only not going for any of the blue statements he says, but only going for yellow and possibly green if there's no yellow. Because they all cause the same amount of damage, and the other ones use less bullets, so I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, I don't need an explanation, trust me, I've done these That one with Hibiki killed me. Oh, Nikkei looks so cute though. Oh jeez. How do I reset again? Oh shit. Oops. What am I doing right now? Oh boy, here we go. The missing gun. Oh, I did it. I did it on the first time. Oh boy. I did it the first time. Yay. Yay, I'm so happy with myself. Even though I pushed the caps lock button instead of shift at one point. That's okay, we'll ignore it. Save, please. I'm going back in. I need answers. I don't need sleep, I need answers. I just had a thought. If Shinji really did intend on attacking Nikkei or Yuki, wouldn't he have used his gun? The gun? You're right. I completely forgot that we gave Big Bro a gun. Oh yeah, they did! I forgot too! And we all even agreed on it. Correct. If he really was a threat to us, we basically had armed our worst enemy. But why did you bring that up? Think about it. If what Nikkei says is true, and Shinji was the traitor, why didn't he use the gun to attack Nikkei? I see. He had a gun, the most horrifying weapon in human history. And yet, he used his body to attack Nikkei. Quite strange indeed. Are you guys stupid? If he shot the gun, I would have immediately died. And then everyone would know who the killer was. You think you'd shoot if you knew you were gonna die from it as well? Shinji isn't stupid. Wait, he was stupid. But he wasn't that dumb. Hey, Albino, step aside. I'll show you how it's done. Nikkei Yomiuri, you know very well that there was no gun on Shinji Kasai's corpse. It's very unlikely that he left something as important as a gun lying around. Which means that someone must have stolen it from him. And by someone, you mean... Of course, it's Newsy, Einstein. Search his body right now. There's a gun hidden somewhere. Hold on a moment. We're still not quite sure if he really was carrying the gun with him at all times. I'm sorry, Nikkei, but why wouldn't he? Nikkei, I love you, but why wouldn't he have the gun with him? Where would he put it? Just leave it in the corner? That would be stupid. Maybe he could have hidden it somewhere else. A gun of all things? Alright then, group thinking time. Suppose you just got a gun. Would you carry it around at all times? Or would you hide it someplace secret? Well, it'll be a huge problem if someone steals it or I somehow lose it. So, I'll probably carry it around with me. Nikkei, come here for a sec. Let me check your body. No, you can't! What do you mean, I can't? Nikkei, you really are the... Yeah, you're right. I stole the gun from Shinji. Nikkei, what are you doing? Nikkei, what are you doing? What are you doing, Nikkei? And I am the mastermind who plotted this case. So it was you. So what? What difference does that make? I'm not the culprit. What? I mean, he's not. Well, I've got to admit, you did get some things right. I was the last one to leave the power room, but when I came back to the crime scene after hearing the body discovery announcement, there were some things I didn't get. I didn't consider the possibility of Sora interfering with the plan. I just thought it was some other third party. But now I see that it was actually Shinji taking his own life. So by those words, are you confirming that all of it was a lie? That there was someone helping the Voids, and Shinji was that person? No, I think he was lying way before that. I always thought the way you acted was a bit suspicious, ever since you bowed down to us. That long ago? You don't say... He even lied about betraying the Voids? Didn't I warn you? We Voids are full of liars. Hey, don't assume that I lied about everything. The part about wanting to kill Mikado was true. It's just that I couldn't tell you every little detail about it. All of this was part of a plan to kill Mikado Sanoji. Sora, if you had just stayed down without doing anything stupid, the plan would have worked. I did something stupid? The plan? What plan? It'll take forever to explain everything, so if I just tell you the basic gist. I wanted to make Yuki Maeda the Blackened. That was my ultimate goal in this case. Nikkei, no! Why are my two best boys trying to frame each other? Why is my one best boy trying to frame the other best boy? But I mean, it makes sense. If he wanted to kill Yuki. If he knows... Listen, if Nikkei knows that Yuki is Utsuro... I don't know if the Voids all know. I know Mikado knows. I'm pretty sure. But I don't know if Nikkei also knows that Yuki is Utsuro, the person they've been looking for this whole time. And if he made him the Black End and got him killed, then this whole thing would be for naught, you know? But then again, that seems kind of like a stretch, and I don't know if they actually know who Utsuro is. Oh boy. Oh, Yuki. What? Make Yuki the killer? But why? How does that benefit you in any way? Oh, I get it. What, Iroha? What did you get? What? I mean, I don't get it. Just admit it, Iroha, you're a Void. The reason she gets it is because she's a Void. She knows something. Just say it, please. Now that we've got the guy, you can finally ask him the question and end this trial. Ask what question? What do you mean, what question? The reason we've been dragging this trial was because you wanted to know why Shinji Kasai killed himself. Hey, Newsy. You should know why he picked that option, right? Answer then. As you may have guessed already, Shinji's no traitor. He never even attacked us. He was simply put, too good for this world. A cinnamon roll. All he wanted to do was protect us. Wait, if he truly wanted to protect us, then why did he attack me? Yuki, get on the train. He didn't attack you. It was Nikkei who attacked you. Why? When I met him in the power room, he ran up to me with a really scary face. I don't know the exact rundown of what happened because I was knocked out, but that was probably to protect Yuki from harm. What the heck does that mean? When I knocked myself out, the power room wasn't in such a mess as right now. Even if Shinji broke the machine parts to cause a fire, the walls and floors should have stayed fine. Perhaps part of the power room came crashing down at that moment, and Shinji leapt at Yuki in order to save him from the debris. What? What kind of nonsense is that? Did you see it happen or something? The walls and foundation for the power room were a bit old to begin with. It wouldn't have surprised me if it had broken down even earlier. Shinji was buried under the debris when I arrived at the power room. If Shinji ran over to Yuki and got buried under that debris afterwards, that means... No, that shouldn't be it. He did get buried under those pile of rocks, but that was because he crashed into the wall and... I know that you don't want to admit this, Yuki, but as a person who heard his last words, I can guarantee this. Shinji would never try to attack you. It'll be near impossible to find someone as trustworthy as him. You think you have the right to say that, Nikkei Yomiuri? You're right. After all, Shinji did die in the end because of me. But all I did was set up the stage. The one who actually thought ill of Shinji and attacked him was Yuki. Remember? So it was my misunderstanding? It was my fault? No. That can't be. I couldn't have done that. Set up some flags with the rumor about the traitor. Act as if you got knocked out by Shinji Kasai, who you gave a gun. It's almost like you tried to mind control Normie Boy using situational flags. But this all seems too forced. Even if Yuki was panicking, would he really mistake someone trying to save him as someone trying to kill him? And the timing of the walls in the power room coming down, it all feels too perfect. Guess you still haven't realized it yet. This world is almost ready. If we Voids yearn for it, then whatever process it takes, fate would reward us with the result we wanted. That was all the more reason to make Yuki the Black End before it was too late. So, why did Shinji commit suicide in the end? He got stabbed by Yuki, buried under rubble, and got his throat cut by Sora. If he was still alive after that and took his own life, there would only be one reason he would do that. To save Yuki. To make him not the Black End. That was why he took his own life. Yeah. But in the end, it was Sora that made the finishing blow on him. When I cut Shinji's throat using Nikkei's hands, Shinji was still unconscious. If he got up only after everyone left the scene, then he would have never known that I had interfered. Yeah, because you had interfered with the plan. Everything went wrong. Shinji should have died on the spot and never woke up. He would have never had the chance to even think about saving Yuki. But how come? Only those with the same power would be able to change the result. Just what did I miss? Then what's with the fire? If he wanted to die, why did he go through the hassle of causing a fire? Perhaps the fire wasn't what originally... What? Can't read. I'm reading it too far ahead of my mouth. Perhaps the fire wasn't what Shinji Kasai originally intended. By the looks of those damaged machines, he tried damaging his body through bruises to kill himself. But our bodies are sturdier than you think. You can't die that easily just from crashing your body into stuff. Well, he wasn't the brightest one among us after all. Then he could have just used those same glass shards to stab himself. Hurting yourself using sharp weapons is harder than you might think. Why do you think they often use guns to kill themselves? Because all it takes for you to end your life is just a little bit of force from the tip of your fingers. Who here can confidently say that they are physically capable of killing themselves with sharp weapons? It seems like everything has been settled then. So, to summarize it, Shinji went on a rampage trying to end his own life. And when the machines broke down and a fire let loose, he decided to go down that route, correct? Well, we can't confirm anything for sure since no one actually saw him killing himself. But by the looks of it, that looks to be the most probable theory. Big Bro killed himself just to save me? Why? I even stabbed him. I trusted Nikkei's words and suspected him as a traitor. Why? Yuki. You. This is all your fault, Nikkei Yomiuri. What's wrong with you? Why did you do this? What is your plan? And why did you go this far with it? Why would you lie to us? Let's just end the trial for now. I've got work to do. Hey, Monocro. Start the voting. Wait. Iroha? So, do we have to vote for Nikkei? Shinji killed himself, but it was Nikkei who planned everything. And, what? Wait, is that not it? Who's the Black Int then? Were you freaking asleep this whole time? No, I get what happened. I got it, but... I mean, this case isn't your normal murder case, granted. Then how about we go through everything once more, just to explain it to Iroha? Please, God, no. We've wasted enough time. Just don't. Yes, please. With Nikkei telling us the truth, we finally matched every single puzzle piece. This is the end. Let us go over this whole case one final time. Alright, the closing argument, let's go. I don't need an explanation. Alright, let's see. Start. Wait, I wanted to read what that said. Can I still... Okay. The mastermind of this case was Nikkei. He started to prepare the crime in advance. Nikkei spread false information of an unknown void traitor among us. Is it just me, or does his void self, like, Something about him. What's wrong with me? Okay. I'm just saying, he looks good. Immediately after the meeting, Nikkei kidnapped Yuki and took him to the power room. I guess it could be Nikkei is Nikkei and Yuki together. After all the preparations were made, Nikkei called the culprit to the power room. To make Yuki think he was attacked, Nikkei used a stun gun on himself. From Yuki's point of view, it looks like the culprit was about to kill Nikkei. Oh, poor Shinji. The killer rushed to Yuki, although it wasn't known why. Scared by the culprit approaching him, Yuki stabbed him. Yuki was terrified by the thought that he killed someone. Sora witnessed Yuki running from the power room in a panic. After Yuki left the power room, Shinji was covered in rubble and blood was flowing out. After putting a shard of glass in Nikkei's hand, Sora stabbed Shinji's neck once more. Oh. Oh boy. Nikkei wakes up after Sora leaves the power room. Confident that his plan worked as intended, Nikkei smiles. When the culprit was alone in the power room, the culprit got up, realizing he wasn't dead yet. After realizing he would die from the wounds that Yuki inflicted, the culprit decided to kill himself to prevent Yuki from being the culprit. Upon hitting the machines, they burst with a shock, causing the fire in the power room. The culprit jumped into the flames to end his own life. Oh, Shinji. Soon after, the sign of a fire appeared from the basement. The site of the accident was soon to be found. After the body was discovered, the 3 people who were involved in the case got lost in thought. Oh boy, oh boy. Before we go over the case, let me remind you that this whole case was planned by Nikkei. He first dropped false information on us as a bait, telling us that someone is helping the void behind our backs. I'm just saying, Nikkei has a good design. After the meeting, Nikkei used the stun gun to kidnap Yuki and took him to the power room. And he called over the real culprit of this case to create the situation he wanted. Nikkei's goal was to push Yuki into killing someone. As soon as Yuki woke up, he used the stun gun on himself to knock himself out. Witnessing the scene, Yuki mistakenly thought that the culprit had attacked Nikkei. Here, Yuki said that the culprit rushed at him to attack him, but in reality, it was an act to save Yuki from an unknown danger. However, Yuki, panicking, grabbed one of the glass shards lying on the ground to stab the culprit's throat. Oh. After realizing that he had killed someone, he ran away from the scene in fear. It was at that moment that I entered the power room from the secret passageway below and witnessed the whole thing. And I also made a mistake. I thought that Yuki had killed someone. At the time, there were 2 people in the power room, the culprit, who was bleeding beneath the pile of rubble, and the unconscious Nikkei. After checking up on the culprit, I realized that he had somehow miraculously survived the wound. However, the thought that crossed my mind was not to save the dying culprit, but to save Yuki from becoming the culprit. To be honest, I still don't know why I thought that it was okay to do that. After gripping the glass shard with Nikkei's unconscious hands, I used his hand to cut the culprit's throat. And this, by the rule of the last person to harm the victim becoming the culprit, the killer was no longer Yuki. Though I admit I did something horrifying to Nikkei in return for that. After I ran away from the power room, Nikkei soon woke up. We first believed his words that he ran away in fear from the crime scene, thinking of him as a victim in all this. But in reality, he must have been thrilled, as his real objective was to make Yuki the black end of this case. The culprit was dead, and it looked like Yuki ran away from the crime scene. However, unbeknownst to him, I had interfered, and his hand was even used in the crime. When Nikkei left the scene, there was only the culprit left in the power room. But by some stroke of luck, he was still alive. It was because both Yuki and I didn't check if he was actually dead after doing our deeds. The culprit wasn't some traitor for the Voids. In fact, he was someone who we knew and loved all this time. Even in his dying breath, he thought of Yuki, the one who had stabbed him. Soon after checking the state he was in, the culprit made the brave decision to kill himself in order to save Yuki from becoming the Black End. In other words, he committed suicide. At first, he tried bashing his body into the machines inside the power room. The traces of blood on the machines proves this. But that enough wasn't going to cut it. At the moment, the machines broke down and caused a fire. As a firefighter, the culprit must have known how fire can be used to end one's life, so he jumped into the fire willingly to end his own life. In the meantime, the power room was located deep under the tower that it took a while for us to notice the fire. We all soon gathered at the power room, and we each thought to ourselves. That first came to mind for Yuki, Nikkei, and I was how the place caught on fire. This was to be expected, as none of us had caused the fire. This was later used as evidence to deduce that the culprit had committed suicide, while the others were in despair that we had suffered yet another victim. Yes, in the end, this case had no actual culprit. So what happens now? Is there an execution or no? It happened because Shinji Kasai got caught up in the stage that Nikkei Yomiuri had set up. Oh, Shinji. So what happens now? There can't be an execution, right? You. Yoriko? Sora, can I beat this guy up? The rules still don't work, right? No violence, Yoriko. I mean, the rules still don't apply yet, but still. Just why? Why would you do this to us? Piece of garbage. Bro, why would you save someone like me? Yuki, are you alright? Don't be too hard on yourself. Let's think positively. Perhaps it's all a theory. We're not even 100% sure that he died for you. Maybe he died because he felt like it. Can we vote and leave now? Nikkei, I did something horrible to you. I know I have no right to say anything to you, but in the end, we both survived. We both weren't the culprit. So please, tell us why you did this. So no one has to die this time, right? No one's gonna die? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, it's the end. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? It's the end. Oh, I did pretty well. I got an A. The first time I ever got an A. Wow, I always get D's. Oh, I got lots of crow so that I can use it to buy more skills. Nice. What's happening? No one has to die now, right? There's no culprit? Has everyone calmed down? I apologize first for not properly doing my job on this island due to my recent memory loss. But the class trial must still go on. And whatever roadblock we faced, we still must put an end to this. Now then, please vote for the culprit using the switch in front of you. Keep in mind, though I imagine none of you tried pushing the panel belonging to the dead, you still can vote for a dead person doing that, so no worries. Now, will the choice be the correct answer or not? Let us see. So, because it's Shinji, no one has to get executed, right? So no one has to die. Classroom trials end. Would you like to save the game? Yes, please. That would be correct. The real culprit of this murder is, drumroll, Shinji Kasai. He committed suicide. You have gotten it right. Big bro. Big bro. Yoriko, what are you doing? Let go of me, Sora, before I knock that dumb hat off his head. No, beat him up till he's dead. I'm not going anywhere. I get how you feel, but you must calm down. There are still questions we need to ask him right now. Shinji was the culprit, but only according to the class trials rules. He's the real culprit. Nikkei killed Shinji, and he got away with it as if he's done nothing wrong. I mean, he set it up, but technically didn't kill him. What? Ow. That hurt, mister. Enough with it, you bastard. How dare you? You tricked me, you dirty scumbag. Teria? What are you doing? Stop this instant. Although the regulations are not in effect at the moment, this is a breach of... Oh, Monocro. Be still. This isn't your place to speak. Okay, scary. Oh, but look, this little sprite of Monocro, he kind of looks so cute, though. He looks so cute. Tricked you? I have no idea what you're talking about. Didn't we have an agreement? Could you please let go of me? You didn't tell me about this. Why did Shinji end up dead if all you said wasn't true? Hold on, you two. What are you talking about? And Teria, what is up with you? Why are you suddenly so fired up? You've been downcast for the entire trial. You wonder why? It's because he was with me the whole time. What? To be more exact, I was in league with both sides of you, like a double agent. Do you get it now? I don't get it. I asked you all to keep my identity a secret from Teria since he's not trustworthy. But I also told Teria the same thing. to help me out since I can't trust anyone else. Oh my goodness. That's kind of sneaky. That's sneaky. So, you were secretly intriguing with him as well? Yeah, and thanks to that, Teria and you all started doubting and fighting each other. Just like I planned all along. Thanks to Teria going in line with my intent, I got the perfect setting to carry out my plan in that tower. In line with your intent? Wait a minute. Teria locking us up was part of your plan too? Are you crazy? He's a void, and you let him talk you into that? Wait, just let me talk. I just thought he was... Hey, don't be so harsh on him. Didn't you all do the same when I revealed my identity to you? That's different. If you ordered Teria to lock us up, that's like asking someone to commit crime for you. He didn't. I suggested it first. He just told me there was a way to keep everyone alive. And he said that if the plan worked, then we would be able to finish Mikado off for good. I was so carried away by the thought of protecting you all, keeping you from dying and taking Mikado down. I don't want to blame you when everything's already said and done. We were all toyed by Nikkei. That's all. I have a question. If Nikkei was working with Teria at the same time he was begging us for forgiveness, isn't that inconsistent with the time frame of things? The time frame? Oh yeah, right. If the whole imprisonment was a scripted thing, he couldn't have planned it with Teria while we were on sale. He said the fourth island glitching out was an unexpected event even for him, right? Huh? What do you mean? Nikkei did tell me about the fourth island while we were on sale. What? It wasn't anything big, but he did tell me to get to the gun from the top tower as soon as we arrive. Wait, the gun was in the tower from the beginning? Huh? Wait a second. You knew? Then what about the things he told us? Fabrications, lies. What'd you expect? But you told us Tower of Babel was a result of that raid person interfering from the outside. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't expect you to seriously take it for real. Though, I do think it was a pretty good pretext. What? Then the part about the virtual world and all the dead people being alive in reality... Of course it's a lie. How the hell would I know if she survived or not anyway? Wait, so the virtual world is a lie too? Are you sure? But it's true that this is a virtual reality, and that the fourth island isn't what the Void intended it to be. Because the Tower of Babel was a set for Mikado's execution that I made in secret without telling the other Voids. In secret? But really, I never thought you all would be so gullible to trust me that much. I guess all those acting lessons I got from Emma for fun paid off. You scumbag. Is this fun? Is this all funny to you? You think it's fun to play with us like that? Hey, stop it. That hurts. I see. I've been following this conversation, and I must admit, this was certainly not taken into account in my plan. When did you alter the code? I don't believe it was a task you could have done entirely alone. Do I need to answer, Mikado Sonochi? Everything was a lie. Other than a few pieces of facts, everything was a stage prop for Nikkei to manipulate us in the way he wanted. We're in a virtual world. This isn't reality. Which means, even if we die, we won't die in the real world. Huh? Really? Then everyone who died... Yep, they're all alive too. Those words alone I had believed as the absolute truth. I wouldn't have even thought about making Nikkei the Blackened otherwise. No. Perhaps I'm just trying to make excuses for myself. Whatever it may be, one thing's for sure. Those hopes that the dead would still be alive were snatched away from us. And I warned you, my friends, that Void is an organization of liars. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. I got desperate not to let what I've been through happen all over again. That's why I got foolishly tricked by that bastard. For what reason are you doing this to us? What did we do wrong? You know, I see you're trying to make me into some unforgivable scumbag for all this, but when I said I was gonna kill Mikado, I really did mean it. Didn't I tell you that moments ago? Yeah, I'll admit I used some dirty methods, but I couldn't help it. You wouldn't have believed me otherwise. Why? Because Yuki Maeda needs to die. Oh, Yuki's little face! No, my two best boys can't be going for each other. What? Come to think of it, he said a while ago that his purpose was to make Yuki a killer. Are you kidding me? How is making Yuki the killer and killing Mikado related? You're just making things up, aren't you? Hey, do you guys remember what I told you all back then? I said there was a reason that each of you got involved in this killing game. Yeah, so what? Aren't you all curious about it? About why you were dragged into some mysterious place to go through all this trouble? It's all because of Yuki Maeda. What? I left it obscure at the time, but Yuki is Mikado's Void's goal itself. To be more precise, putting Yuki through the ordeal of a killing game. To erase his original personality and bring in another. That is the ultimate goal and the reason for Void's existence. Oh, Yuki, baby, no! Yuki! Oh. Do you get it now? You're all just sacrifices for Yuki. Nothing more than an extra whose role is to die in this killing game for him. Nikkei, is it okay to say all that? I mean... Hold on, I'm still trying to process all this. For Yuki? Mikado Sonoji is a man with a fanatic obsession with this plan. It's as if his entire life was for that single purpose. Nothing would have been a stronger blow to him than getting rid of his goal, Yuki. Was that really the only option? You could have just gone for Mikado directly. Why did you target Yuki when he did nothing wrong? Even if the goal was just to kill Yuki, there was no need to go so far as to make him a killer. Shinji died because of your ridiculous plan. You're right, Teruya. I don't care what happens to Yuki. Mikado's the real deal here. Attacking and killing Mikado or Yuki myself, if that was possible, I wouldn't have bothered to put on this whole act and lock you up. What are you? Just look at Yuki right now. Oh. Mikado's plan is nearly complete. There wasn't a normal way left to kill Mikado or thwart his plan anymore. Yeah, it's true. His Utsuro is majorly coming out. So that was your reason. That's why you decided to take advantage of this killing game's rules. The rules of this killing school trip? No matter what the circumstances are, the power of the rules is absolute. If one somehow succeeds in making Yuki the Blackened, it would be game over for me. If the Blackened, Yuki, wins the class trial, I would be executed along with the others by the rules. And if he loses, he would be the one to be executed. Oh! It was really close. I was one move away from finishing him off. Until you, Sora, decide to be an idiot and screw everything up. What? Just what about Yuki Maeda? What makes us have to die for him and Void to do all of this? To reunite with Matsur Utsuro, of course. Utsuro? That name. We heard it from Nikkei's room. Now, this is getting longer than I expected. I have been keeping silent to let Nikkei have his moment for a brief while. But it is too early for anything further than this. I'm afraid I must end it here, as it may disrupt the plan's final stages. Phew. I will say that despite my looking down on you, your overall performance was excellent. I believe that deserves a compliment. But as you can see, in the end, how many times should I repeat this? The outcome is already set. Have you finally realized whatever you do is a mere kitten's play in the face of his power? Yes, the ultimate luck. I accept defeat. His powers exist in me as well, and yet I failed. This should mean this was my fate. Exactly. You cannot go against the will of fate. It was a grandiose plan from the beginning. There were risk factors scattered everywhere. Even my own life was at stake too. I shouldn't have done it from the start. I see. So, it was thoughtless of me to do that. I should have... What are you doing? Nikkei? Nikkei! Nikkei, what are you doing? I should have done this from the start. Nikkei took out the gun he stole from Shinji from the inside of his clothes and pointed it at Mikado. Nikkei! Yes, a thoughtless endeavor. The more variables there are, the more my fortune will be affected. There wasn't a need for a complicated plan. I should have just done this earlier. When Nikkei held up his gun, his face almost looked like a demon. That face was enough to remind me of his fellow Voids, Hajime and Emma, and Nikkei's degree of insanity seemed to exceed those of them. That's because he's the ultimate Void. Oh, look at the sprite! I knew it was a wise choice to take the gun just in case. Woohoo! Be careful with that gun, Nikkei. What are you going to do? Shoot me? A bit too late for that, I'd say. Did you put up this act because you knew that such a feat would be impossible? I sure as hell know I can't kill you with this. Otherwise, I would have done all that to keep you on watch with Setsuka. They'll be the ones to take the bullets. What? Don't shoot me! Oh, so you're eliminating the actors instead of the director? Still, that won't result in my own death. Don't do this, Nikkei. You're going to end up dead too if you... It doesn't freaking matter. As long as I can give you a big middle finger to the face, I don't mind dying. I was dead from the moment my plan in the tower failed. You won't let me live. I'm all out of tricks here. This is my last stand. What are you doing? Are you gonna shoot us for real? No, why me? Get behind me. I'll at least be able to... Teria, no. Nikkei, frankly, I wouldn't recommend pulling the trigger right now. Even with my earlier comments, I do not intend to abandon you yet. It would be a waste for a great colleague like you to die. Huh? What's that I see? Mikado, are you panicking right now? Oh, this feels great. To see the great freaking Mikado Sonoji himself anxious like that. I guess this was the right answer after all. I'm saying this for you. It's not too late, even now. We can work together once again. Enough of your nonsense. Look, I'm gonna screw up your plans now. I won't shoot you, or Yuki Maeda. I'll just kill all the others. Nikkei, what are you doing? Nikkei, what? If the outcome is already set, I'll ruin the process. If you want me to stop, kill yourself this instant, then I'll reconsider the shooting. Hey, stop! Nikkei, why are you doing this? What could you possibly gain from this? Did Setsuka die for nothing? Shut up. Nikkei, please stop! Die! What? Nikkei, what? Nikkei, what? What happened? What just happened? It exploded on him? Nikkei? As soon as Nikkei pulled the trigger, the gun in Nikkei's hand blew up from the inside with raging gunpowder, and Nikkei's right hand split into pieces. Wait a second. This is just like the gun in the first game in the 4th chapter. Nikkei? What? My hand. Well, you should have listened when I told you. What is this? Oh my god. Watch your hand when you shoot your hand. And my right hand. My, your right hand, your biggest pride, and the reason for your existence, has become an abomination. Are you all right? Oh, what's wrong? Have you not risked losing your life when you defected from Void? Did you not say with your own lips that you do not mind death if you can bring forth my demise? It's just a right hand, a mere appendage ripped off, and yet that's all it took for you to break. This is terrifying. This is what's happening. Is this a joke? Even the emotionless Kokoro would laugh at the sight of this. That's a terrifying laugh. Huh? Why did the gun explode? The gun was working perfectly. I know because I held onto it for a while. There was no way for it to blow up. My right hand hurts. It hurts. Oh, Nikkei, no! Nikkei. Oh, you really are the best, Nikkei. You are the person perfectly suited to toy around with. In addition, your skills are on an exceptional level. Thanks to your contribution, the plan was brought even closer to completion. Huh? What do you mean by... Nikkei, you said you were going to disrupt my plans. I was prepared for that, and thus I set a trap. I will have to admit some points, modulating the 4th island, blocking my magic, leading Yuki into murder. This revolt of yours was indeed well thought out. But ironically, my plan was able to take another step forward because of your actions. It shouldn't be a surprise, considering the flawlessness of your reenactment of this case. Quite unlike a certain incapable person. Also, the reenactment obviously failed. Of course you don't understand, because I intentionally gave you a phony summary of the 4th case. When the two of us first met, I immediately knew that this fool would betray Void someday. Thus, when briefing Nikkei on the 4th case to be reenacted, I lied. Do you know what this means? You... Mikado... Sonochi... You must have thought your defection and the havoc you've unleashed was all for the demise of Void. But who would have known that the acts of yours ended up being your biggest contribution to Void instead? Oh, the irony. Can you feel it, Nikke? No, it can't be. It can't. And I have told you when we met in your room that you were performing better than expected. That both of us are mere puppets under his power. The outcome is set. The process simply comes with it. That is fate. That is the power of fortune. That is the power of divine luck. I couldn't understand what Mikado was saying, but more than that, my mind was wondering why Nikke's gun blew up, why his hand has become a mess, and about what's going to happen. My brain seemed to have trouble processing the situation myself, and no one moved an inch aside from Nikke and Mikado. It would have been hard to take this as reality if it wasn't for the smell of gunpowder and blood from Nikke. No. He said this wasn't reality to start with. It's not over. There's gotta be a way left. Oh, there is no such thing. And that is because you, Nikke, rid the plan of its biggest impediment, Shinji. Nothing could have been more perfect than the job you have done, Nikke. But I was being sincere, you know. I would have forgiven you had you just put away the gun and swore to join Void once again. Though, of course, as someone whose impetus of fortune is an inferiority complex, you would never have allowed that to happen. What's going on? I can't get a grasp of what's happening. Why did Nikke try to shoot us instead of Mikado? Why did the gun blow up? What does Mikado mean by all this? This is quite enjoyable. While I would like to enjoy this some more, it seems the time has come for this to end. Monocro, the preparation, if you may. Preparation? Prepare for what? Excuse me? What other thing could there be than the execution of this miserable wretch? Excuse me? Excuse me? Who, may I add, violated the rules? The rules? What are you talking about? The no violence rule stopped applying a long time ago. I thought Nikke's not the only one who went hitting people. What? What is this? All of you, check the rules tab of your e-handbook. What's happening? What is happening? Betraying Void is strictly forbidden. Oh no, they added this? No, they're gonna execute Nikke. No! No, how could they do that to me? No! What is this rule? There wasn't such a thing until... Huh? Violated a rule? Rule. I have identified a violation of Rule 17. The offender will be executed immediately. What? It's an actual rule? This isn't... What is this? What is happening? Mikado Sonoji, what is the meaning of... You mustn't wonder. All you should know is that our time here is over. Goodbye, Nikke. You are an amusing toy to play with. Every moment from beginning to end. This is the end. No, this can't be. This can't be happening. Damn it. You should die. I'm gonna kill you, Mikado. I'm gonna freaking rip you to shreds. I have prepared a fitting punishment for the perpetrator of the violation. Nikke Yomiuri, the ultimate journalist. No! No, I don't want to click because I don't want to see him get killed. No! Mikado! Mikado Sanoji. It's punishment time. No, no. No. Nikkei has violated the rules. Time for the punishment? No. 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 No, not Nikkei. How dare they do this to him? No. No. Wasn't fair. Oh, Mikado. Oh, Nikkei. I'm so sad. Ah, what a waste. Perhaps I should have let him live. Imagine him stuffed with the limbs detached. It would be perfect toy to kill time with. And so, Nikkei has left us. He said himself that people being alive in real life, despite dying in the virtual world, was a lie. I still don't know whether he said was the truth or not. But more importantly, even Nikkei couldn't afford the impending doom in the end. Whether this is a virtual reality or not, a person named Nikkei is no longer with us. No! Why did you kill him? Hey, Mikado, why did you kill Nikkei? And what's with this weird new rule? Well, I cannot answer that at the present moment, or perhaps never. This was not an execution. It's a murder, Mikado. Nikkei did not violate the rules of this killing school trip. Oh man, Iroha, now she knows she can't do anything now. She's screwed, basically. Monochrome, you just went on with the execution after seeing this rule? You're an instructor. You said you were a judge. I'm sorry. Wait, Monochrome, hey! He ran off. Huh, that was impressive. Nikkei was a subhuman who deluded you and murdered Shinji. You do realize that, don't you? What makes you speak up for him even so? I'm not speaking up for him. I'm equally as scummy of a person for using Nikkei's hand to cut Shinji's throat. But even I know that you're the scummiest among us. Hoo, I see. Nikkei was a liar. Though we couldn't exactly tell which of his words were true and which were not, we know that the source of all trouble here is you. Nikkei got what he deserved. I don't agree. He hated you genuinely. It's his hatred of you that drove him to this point. Oh, that assumption of yours is not unreasonable. In a way, Nikkei may be a victim who was caught up in my plan. So, aren't you curious about what made me do this? What? Teruya should know the answer. Though, it thought it would not occur to him in the moment. There isn't even the need for me to spell it out. Nikkei already gave you enough hints. I'm confused. What? Since we've dealt with the traitor, let us dismiss the court. I will send out an additional notice. Huh? Utsuro? Is that you? Yuki? Mikado Sonoji. What was that? Just now, was that really Yuki? My friends, I believe we are nearing the end. Yes, the end. What? What kind of nonsense is... Hey! Since the end of the trial, Yuki has been standing in his place without saying a word. Even when Nikkei aimed his gun at us, and when he got executed, Yuki stood there, endlessly shedding his tears. And all of a sudden, Yuki was gone from the courtroom. I don't think he's Yuki anymore. It felt like the Yuki Maeda we knew and have been together with didn't exist anymore. I know him. Sora, did you say something? Huh? Oh, did I say something? The trial's over, right? I've got to use the bathroom, so I'll be leaving. I don't think that's the reason she's leaving. It's just here. It's just here. Wait, when did Shobai even get out of here? Bruh, we should go up too. There's nothing left to do here. What are you doing, Teruya Tori? Failing at everything. You're the absolute worst. Teruya, wait. I have something to say. Sora, are you ignoring me? I'm calling you. Is she ignoring? What's happening? Yoriko, it's only us two. Good. I have a question for you, Sora. Yoriko, can we talk later? I have to talk with Teruya as soon as... Listen to me! Huh? Hey, Sora, you really don't know about Yuki's identity. You do? About Yuki's identity? Nikkei said so, right? Yuki is Void's sole target. We're just extras needed to set up a killing game for him. And you, Sora, you dirtied your hands just to save Yuki from becoming the Blackened. There must be something behind this. There's no other way to explain what you did. Yoriko, why are you asking me this? I never lied to you. Even I have trouble trying to think why I did what I did back then. Sora, have you not realized it? What you did is murder. Though the rules would say Shinji's the culprit, you played a role in his murder too. It's true. I know. And I can understand why you feel that way. It's morally... It's not because of that. Yoriko, I don't want to do this to you either, but you're lying to me. You know something, but you're hiding it from me. From all of us. Do you know how betrayed I feel by that? Yeah, it's something that has to do with who pushed her off the thing. She hasn't mentioned it at all. It has nothing to do with the case. She knows who did it. What's happening? Does she know who she is? Of course it was wrong for you to take part in a murder. But I'm not in the position to lecture you about ethics. I also worked at a bar faking my age before I came here, remember? That's a crime as well. It's true that you did something despicable, but everyone makes mistakes. You just have to reflect on your past mistakes and pay the price. It's just a complaint. Like I said before, I thought of us as being on the same boat, and now you're hiding something from me. Hide? I didn't hide anything. I really didn't. Yes, you do know something. If you really think you don't, then you must be lying to yourself. I'm lying to myself? you lost your memories. I know you're scared. But you must know something about Yuki. So be honest with yourself. I still want to trust you, Sora. Yoriko. If there is something you shouldn't do no matter what, but your circumstances forced you to do it, what would you do, Master? I'm sorry. Huh? I really don't know. Sora, if I do something that's hard to comprehend, it's not by my own will. I feel like I'm being controlled by someone. It was the same this time as well. There was a voice in my head, whispering to me endlessly. Yeah, it's Akane. Save Yuki Maeda. Save Yuki Maeda. I couldn't resist. No. It was because I tried to resist that I ended up with the worst outcome of using Nikkei's hand. I know it doesn't make sense. I, myself, am having a hard time believing it. That's all I can tell you right now. Sora, Yuki is Void's goal itself. If we can know more about him, we might still have hope. But I really don't know. Okay. I get it. Yoriko, can you at least tell me this one thing? How did you get to the power room? Did you really go through the floor like Iroha said? What did you see underneath? I'll tell you later. Right now, I need to get to Teria. So you really don't trust me at all? When we were investigating the power room, I thought I would be able to understand you. But you still won't tell me a thing. No, it's not that. I just need to talk with Teria. Whatever. Just don't talk to me again. That escalated. She is hiding something, Sora. That's for sure. She's hiding something. And it's big. Teria, open the door, please. Teria. I know you're in there, Teria. What? There's no one in your room, right? I'm coming in. What? Hold on a minute. What's happening? Oh, look at he has cute little dresses in there. You know you just entered someone's room without permission, don't you? I'm gonna say this up front. There is nothing I can do for you. I'm someone who's incapable of anything. I couldn't protect you, or contact the Foundation, or stop Mikado's plan. I'm just a useless wretch. All I can do is wait for the Foundation to save my poor ass. Teria, there's something I have for you. What? You have something for me? What is this? A metal name tag? What's written on here is your reset code. Huh? What? What? How in the world did you get my... I received it from someone. They said to give it to you as soon as possible. So who is this someone? Rei Makaru. Excuse me? Rei is alive? What's happening? When she glitched through the floor, I wonder if she left the virtual reality. And that's how this happened. What? I met her. Rei Makaru. Your partner? Now hold on a second. Rei's dead. You heard Nikkei. If you die in the virtual world, then you're dead for real. I know I've thrown out tantrums denying that, but now I know better. Rei's left me for good. No. Rei's still alive. I don't know if Nikkei lied or if he actually didn't know about it, but Rei's still alive. Really? Is Rei really alive? Oh, baby! Aria, you aren't useless. You're just confused because you got your memories stolen by Mikado. Enter the reset code into your handbook. Then your memories will return to you. Did Ray tell you that? Did she tell you to give me this name tag so that I could regain my memories? I only had a brief moment to talk with her. She herself probably doesn't know who she talked to. She just said this. Give the reset code to Teria. And once you regain your memories by putting in your reset code, there is something I want to ask of you. And what's that? What is it? What? Excuse me, what is it? Yes! Tell me what you know about Akane Taira. Oh my gosh, it's getting so good. Oh, it's getting so good. Oh, Nikkei, no. There's so few of them now. Oh, Nikkei. Oh, it's just Iroha and Mikado now. Or